The thing, you know what I'm saying? The thing. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. It's a jackal.
It's a satchel.
Yo, good morning, good afternoon, good night, man. Whenever, wherever you listening to this joint, man, you are now tuned into what Get Your Bars Off podcast with your boy Arri Stark, Sue Los, and the boy Gino, who is pounds in the trash can. My man's in the kitchen. Nobody's fuck with his kitchen. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, man, we chilling on a good Sunday night. It's gonna be Monday when y'all hearing this, but we watching football, as Gino might not be is mentally cussing us out right now. But hey, man, I don't got shit else to watch. But I should be watching some soccer soon because Messi plays in my backyard.
You niggas in soccer, man. Like, listen,
bro,
as a former fat nigga,
you gotta play it on the low to kind of like.
And that's the thing. A former fat nigga, I played football, not soccer. So
bro, you could be fucking hit sticking niggas out there, bro. Stop playing, my nigga.
And get a red card every single time.
Nigga,
I'm good.
Niggas playing red cards. You think Africans throw red cards?
Probably.
No, nigga, they play like that shit 21.
I like the Akuma beads. I like it.
I feel like they only look right with black. I don't like wearing them with no other color than black.
The power of the ancestors. He gonna be on one this episode.
Nah, I don't got none. Well, I mean, some crackers probably gonna get talking to, but they don't got nothing to do with me. But let's get into it, man. Over this week, man, we had Vice TV, Dark Side of the Ring, dropped another one for your head tops to get the wrestling world going crazy, my nigga, going crazy. Now, let's get it out the way. Playing Right from Hell is a story that we've heard on different fashions, from shoot interviews. WWE has shown their own versions of it through animation, cartoons. Yeah, right. And now we're getting it in a full. But now we're getting it in a full documentary form. You know what I'm saying? Docuseries or whatever.
WWE has removed their version from all their platforms.
Right. We're gonna get into all of that. We're gonna get into all of the fallout. But like I said, this is a pretty much unbiased documentary in I guess perspective of this, or as unbiased as you can get.
Yeah, they ain't got a horse in the race, so yeah.
So the people that they had in this one we had RVD on here, Just Incredible. We had what was the lady's name? That was the flight attendant. What was her name?
No, they had Terry Goldust is Terry.
Yeah, they had Terry Reynolds. They had JR. I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anybody. The flight attendant. I think that was it for people they had like speaking on the story at least.
Yeah. And JR.
I said JR. Oh. So let's get that. Let's split that real quick. So on the side, people who are pretty much, I think it's three ways you could look at this as people's perspectives went from this. You had people who were direct victims of what happened from the situations, which is the flight attendant. You had the wrestlers who were on the plane that let's keep it. We don't know what every single person was doing, but you know what I'm saying, we got guys like RVD who was pretty much watching from this shit is kind of wild perspective.
He was over here and they was over there cooking. Like he was just on the wall, just.
Yeah, and I think Just Incredible was kind of in the sense like I'm observing, but I'm in the shit too, though, type shit. And as JR is like, I'm on the outside, having to come into the shit to settle it out.
He's ripping his hair out the whole time.
Yeah. So it's like many different perspectives. And Terry Reynolds also, kind of just
don't sell it.
She literally was just watching. Like I said, so many different perspectives on just this one incident. And Joe, it takes you so many different ways because like. Let's just speak a little bit on the fallout from this. Like, so we know the stories and all what happened in there, so we can get on to that.
Dreamer? Did you mention Dreamer?
Yes, Dreamer. Yes, Dreamer was also.
He's the main one. He's the main one.
I don't know. How can I forget about him?
Right.
But and his side was pretty much for the wrestlers.
He's like the only active wrestler that was on there, I believe.
RVD too. RVD's wrestling still.
He's not really doing too much, but he's active like currently right now on the roster. But
not anymore.
But either in or there, like I said though, man. It's like I said, multiple different perspectives, all that good stuff. Now, little bit of fallout. You said, Gino, you brought up them taking their They're pretty much their version of the plane ride from hell off there. We coming off everything, the stories told about Ric Flair, where he was swinging his dick like a helicopter around the joint. Where once again, we've seen this story told before. You know what I'm saying? On the joint, on the plane ride from hell, joined by him having the robe on, whoop de whoop. But the way they were, the way that Dreamer was describing it, made it seem too like common,
fair. He was
normal,
just...
which is like, okay, let's not. We get white humor, like white humor that they dabble in that shit. You know what I'm saying? But once again, everybody's not comfortable with that. Those jokes aren't for every space. You know what I'm saying? And this was the joint right here where it was just like, my nigga, y'all really, this wasn't the space for it. You know what I'm saying? But if anybody didn't see the joint, you know, say quick synopsis or quick summary of the joint. Dudes were leaving London from an event, insurrection, had a layover for 7 hours, open bar, a lot of dudes on there, pill popping ass niggas on there, motherfuckers, that shit, taking this shit, shots to the head, all of that shit.
H-bomb is what they called it.
Drunk, dropping H-bombs, which was...
They weren't taking the H-bombs. That was something...
No, I would say they were dropping fucking
dropping it in the drinks.
But they were getting drunk off liquor, open bar, all of that stuff, which, you know what I'm saying, just came all together, you know what I'm saying, which is a bunch of craziness and multiple stories of just debauchery, bro, just straight up. Now let's get into it. Like, what was some of y'all parts that stuck out to y'all from the joints? Obviously, we know like the big joints, and speak on it if y'all already want to. But what was y'all takes on this documentary, man?
I think at the beginning when they talked about how like, for Terry, mostly for Terry, I feel bad for Terry because even the interviewer pointed it out to her. He was like, they tell you not to sell it every time something happens to you, huh? And she was like, yeah, I'm just used to, like, it's fucked up that she's so desensitized to how it goes down back there, where like now she's like, it's whatever, like it's part of the culture. And it's sad because even when the whole shit happened with Terry and Brock, when Brock, you know what I mean, he did the whole hey shit to her.
And Ric Flair.
He Ric Flaired her, and then she went over to Goldust, her ex at the time, and he was like, "Yo, Terry, just don't sell it. Don't sell it. Don't tell me about it."
Nigga for that though. Brock a wild boy for that, man.
And he probably won't face any repercussions because just like in Flair's position in 2002, he's a golden boy, which is fucked up, but he won't face any repercussions because he's where Flair was in 2002 in the company. He's beloved. They're not gonna do shit to him.
Just two more names that was there too was Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, and Scott Hall. I don't know if you mentioned that.
That's not the people I was talking about. I was talking about.
But Scott Hall was being regular Scott Hall. What they said Scott Hall did in the fucking plane ride from hell is nothing out of the ordinary for that nigga.
Nah, he was a shit house.
Oh, yeah, I'm already knowing.
Yeah.
Now I want to say this, and this is WWE is no different than working with regular white people.
Basically.
You just deal with muscle heads.
Basically.
When I was in the military, like shit like this was so prevalent. Like you wouldn't be like, it sounds weird for me to say this, but there's been so many times I had to tell a grown man, like, yo, if you pull your dick out in my office, I'm going to have to whip your ass.
Grown ass men.
And then
take it to another instance. Remember, like all them. Not to say that this is reality, but you know, we've seen a lot of film. And so again, I'm gonna keep it talking. I tell you all the time, I don't be around white people all like that. So a lot of like college films and like a lot of films of the early 2000s and such, the American Pies, the National Lampoon, like Van Wilder's School Days, such on and so forth. That sense of white comedy and white humor of just running, streaking naked around the guys and doing all that crazy stuff, which we would consider, you know what I'm saying, stuff of a homosexual nature, but that's just, they're comfortable with, you would say comfortable with their sexuality.
And it ain't even like that, Arri. It ain't even like homosexual.
No, let's keep it talk. When we see two white dudes and they'll be like, you know, what's some random shit, they'll like grab his ass or like grab his dick or some weird shit like that. You'll be like, don't do that. If you did that shit in the hood, you'd be like, hey, yo, but when you see it on, and you'd be like, okay, that's their shit.
Explain to me this scenario, how grabbing my sex organ isn't homosexual.
Once again, I understand it, but that's the thing. They're teetering. That's their humor.
No,
That's their
but
comedy. They teeter
That's
that line.
crazy though. Like, and then to say, "Oh, I'm straight."
Like, I'm saying, we've seen it though. We in these films and such. Like, I'm not trying to use a joke. I don't be around. I don't be around just teenage white dudes, college white, all that shit. I don't be around them just to be observing them like that. So the films was the best depiction for me.
Like the crocodile when you around them.
The weird thing is that era you're talking about leads into this era I call the Tucker Max era. I don't know if you
whitest kids you know.
I'm following you.
Whitest kids you know.
No, not the whitest kids you know. This is like
this the rich jockish type of kids.
Like 2011 maybe.
I'll stop at 10. I'll stop at 10.
Right, I'm giving 11 just a little tail off because this is like when
Nick niggas turned up back then. That time we turned back up.
Will Ferrell was the funniest comedian on the face of the planet at the time. Him and Dane Cook.
Yes.
I don't find that nigga funny.
Dane Cook.
We talked about that time though.
Dane Cook early was funny. Dane Cook early was funny. That shit.
What is this?
Come on. I thought it was this.
No, it was three. Yeah, it was 3.
Oh, I thought it was this.
That looks stupid.
That's the Jeff Hardy logo, but like inverted.
But anyway,
this is a good night.
yo, you nasty, bro.
This is a good night.
Chill out, no qualm. Oh, come on, bro.
This
guy over here is fucking.
This nigga beard quivering.
And this nigga over here is fucking tossing the mozzarella. Cut that shit out.
This nigga beard quivering, man.
Bro, man. Come on, man. Thank you for that, bro. Yo, I'm glad that meme I made. I gotta update that. Remind me to make that one a high def.
Yeah, Gino was good.
I like in high definition. Random. Shout out to the cool be having his what is it? Would be 20th anniversary? No, 15th anniversary? No, I'm wrong.
Ooh.
I'll get back to it later, but they just had an anniversary for that joint. But go back to what you were saying though.
So during that era, the way I got to observe white people, the way I got to see the humor, I was on college campuses. I was hanging out with college kids. I was in that age group. So when you talk about shit going on this time, like, bro, I've been to house parties.
Right.
Like, SDSU.
So what I was seeing on film wasn't too far away from what was going on.
A little bit of dramatization, but not.
I'm with Gino.
Yeah, true, for sure.
From dating white women, I've been around the same campuses that Gino been at.
No.
Like,
I've been in that camp. I want to specify I've not been in that camp he's been in.
But I'm saying though, like, I'm agreeing
and
with
he threw you under the white van.
I'm just agreeing with my nigga because I've seen it too from my escapades. Like, that's how it be. It's not too far off from the movie.
Los threw you under the white van.
Like,
don't let Umar catch you.
Like, Umar not catching me with that. Ever.
That nigga you. All right, Robert Griffin.
Oh no! Oh no!
Gino, I am going to chill. I swear to God, this nigga is going to spend a month.
Gino is in the
hyperbolic
chamber waiting for smoke.
Gino's going to spend a month putting us on Summer Madness screens, bro. Summer Jam screens all month. Like,
I can catch a 50 on the 150.
Wait till that iPhone come in. He ready.
Oh yeah, bro. It's gonna be some shit like yo.
Ready.
Start the stream today. Let me start the stream.
You got the pen? You got the pen too?
Bro, it's gonna be on. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, bro. Y'all just gonna start saying it just like every time.
Oh my God.
I said it last episode, nigga. I got a bullet with your name on it as soon as you hit the first shot.
Bro,
I'm waiting.
You gotta be able to put it on the screen.
Waiting.
You gotta be able to put it on the screen. I ain't gonna give you the chance, bro.
Oh no, I'm not.
Nah, bro. You ain't gonna get no rounds down range. You're gonna have the nicest bullet that never got fired.
Just aim. Don't aim down. Aim up.
That nigga gonna have my name in cursive on a bullet.
But back to
yes. So like I said, we were talking about just that weird,
like it's very unusual
humor between white guys. Like,
for me, it's very unusual to hear that in an environment that you would expect to operate with a certain level more of professionalism. When I first heard about the plane ride from hell, I was like probably 19.
Fuck the Titans. Not excited, Jared. Get out of here.
It was something insane. I didn't even expect it to be something.
Stories were kind of like, it was like that really could happen. Like,
yeah, it was just kind of wild. Like first it was like, wait, WWE doesn't have private flights. Why are they flying on public plane? Like,
you didn't think it was a private plane when you first heard it?
Nah, I didn't think it was a private plane because they were talking about like flight attendants. Like usually, I'm assuming WWE has their own fucking.
If they letting them cook like that, it has to be a private flight. If they letting them cook like that,
I think no, I don't think.
Even on private flights, they have stewardess, like at least.
No, right. But again, I'm assuming these.
Yeah, this is like the initial from the early.
Not
story.
like this is like WWE owns the plane, not WWE charters the plane.
Like the big
with that, like
logo on the back.
If like Floyd and them niggas had their own plane to go to, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's gonna have his crew and such like on there, but they're gonna have like the attendant and such like that probably already know like this is the specific person that be for this plane. Like it's a commonality or a common thing with them. Like they said, like they for this plane specifically, they will have WWE guys on there. They would have the Jazz on here. They would have the Suns.
Yeah, they charter a lot for sports teams.
Mad different teams from Phoenix and Utah and traveling. So it wasn't just WWE. So I can see
name
why.
Of the company was
now
when
you're hearing it now, where you're like, oh no, this was for way more than other.
The name of the company was called Sportsjet.
Right. So,
like, where's Vince's Air Force One?
Just real quick. The name of the stewardess or the flight attendant, man, was Heidi Doyle.
Yes, Heidi Doyle. Yeah.
With an accent, because she's from good London.
No, I'm sorry. I love the way she was talking, but she's like,
she was so pleasant.
Yeah.
I am so pleasant. I am sorry. My name is Heidi. How you doing?
I didn't think they were gonna drink the whole cart.
They gonna get us out the pain.
It was really the pause and for me every time, bro.
Question to you guys. When you first heard, so a little bit to what Gino's saying. When we all first heard the Plane Ride from Hell story for the first time, we were all around the same age. I want to say I heard it in 2002, 2003, because that's why I found out why Perfect got fired.
See, I wasn't really into like backstage news like that until like I'd say maybe a couple years later, like when I started really surfing the internet, going on WWE.com, all that type of stuff.
ProWrestling.com. Shout out to them.
It's picking up on WWE TV too. But like for me, I didn't really pay attention to it until like because I'm one of them wrestling fans who take kayfabe to another level. Like just because I read it, like a spoiler or something like that, I'll tell my mind I ain't see it until it come back up and I can understand it more. But when I first heard about it, I think it was like after we got back in the wrestling around about like 2012, around about that time, around about the PG era, reality era.
Yeah, that's when I started watching when I started watching more what's it called? Shoot interviews. I started hearing about it more.
Yeah, like I forgot Cuz's name that used to do the shoot interviews. Like
it's wilding how they made light of it in that cartoon. Like watching that cartoon now is bug the fuck out.
They don't care.
It skips so much stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's not that tripping. Like that's why I'm really not tripping that they took it down because it's so many things I will be attacking and nitpicking through that video. Why is not that being addressed? Why is that not being addressed?
Because like, when you watch the video,
laying it down.
I don't know if you remember
that too.
Like, the videos were talking about the things they were talking about first was like, oh yeah, Vince McMahon trying to wrestle Kurt Angle.
They left that part out. They left that part out of Dark Side of the Ring.
Brock Lesnar and Kurt Hennig wrestling down the hall, people just doing shots and stuff.
See, not to cut you off, let's talk about that real quick. Because I think that was one of the earliest stories we heard from the Plane Ride from Hell was the shoot fight.
That and the Michael Hayes getting his thing cut.
Yeah, but the big one was the Kurt Hennig because that was a lot of our guys from the past and just the stories and such. And then seeing what Brock was then and to today and hearing what happened, like, oh, Kurt was really that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I think they touched on it.
The thing is, like, everyone knows Kurt Hennig was a legit wrestler.
Exactly. So it was kind of like a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's snap back to reality type thing. You know what I'm saying?
The nigga that he was pressing on the door. That was Lesnar, right? When they were talking about it in that he was pressing it on the door. They were like, yo, he's big as shit. He's gonna come out.
But he said both of them working. They were both the same height. You know, like Brock wasn't. I mean, Kurt wasn't as big as him, but like Kurt was a stocky dude. Like he did his lifting. You know what I'm saying? He was in shape dude for the. You know what I'm saying? It's not like these dudes like those runner bodies and shit like that. Those real like just fat and muscle all together type, you know what I'm saying, bodies back then. So when you just throwing around like that. They taking whole chairs off, bro. Even the lady said, like, even though the door wasn't going to open, just the fact that she thought, like, even though the thought process didn't really add up to me, that if you can go through a wall, you can go through this door. Like, I mean, that is sheetrock, and this is like fucking metal. But like, I will hope that like it's a little strong for some shit.
She said it would never open. According to her in that episode,
she was saying though, if it could go through a wall, then her mind, she was like, they possibly can go through the door. And I'm like, not really, but okay.
I'll be real, like. A lot of things are designed with the idea that the pounds are being thrown against there, like 200-pound people.
Yeah, especially when
like the elevator. Elevator's an estimate.
Right, but it's never designed like like 4 niggas, like 250, running full speed and just bumping into it. Mm-hmm. That shit's flying off the hinges.
But like I said, they took that chair straight off the hinges. That's why I wasn't surprised. Mm-hmm. That I was not surprised. Like straight off the hinge? Hell yeah.
What did y'all think about Goldust singing to his ex?
Bro, hours.
Fantastic.
Hours. That was hours personified.
Personified.
With a little pain.
That's me drunk as hell singing Jaded on the plane.
But Terry wanted no parts. Terry said she was like, she wanted no parts.
It wasn't that. She said she felt bad, but like she understood why he would be in that position. You know what I'm saying? Because he was going through a lot of shit mentally, drugs and the divorce and just his placement in the game right at that moment, coming from where he was in the earlier 90s, like seeing where he was then, gained weight, a lot of stuff, bro. He was going through it, my nigga. And that was really like a
WCW too, like.
But that was like one of the no, that was before because he got fired. After Arri,
he didn't get fired.
No, he did. He ended up eventually getting fired.
Not for that though.
Yeah, because it wasn't for that. It wasn't for that.
Okay.
It wasn't WCW when he went to TNA.
Yeah, Black Rain.
Yeah, but that's what they're saying. It kind of was like stemmed from that. Like some people had lingering effects, so it was like, okay, this opened the door. So if any little fuck up. I'm sorry, I'm messing up. This is something they actually did leave off of there. They said that Dustin actually was like kind of wilding out on some of those flight attendants also.
Word?
Yeah.
He saved one of them though.
It wasn't she wasn't in the joint. She wasn't in the documentary.
He saved the Heidi girl. He said she said that's why she didn't take the mic.
No, I know that. I know she said that, but I'm talking about this wasn't in the documentary. Somebody had posted this on Twitter. Be careful what you hear about somebody. You might be hearing it from the problem.
Is that supposed to allude that somebody just
posted? That's what he just posted. Be careful what you hear. Oh, he posted this 3 days ago.
You know, I found it very weird how Kyoto and them, when they were getting interviewed for the episode and they were asked where McMahon was, they were like, oh, McMahon was just there. And they knew that he was wrestling.
Hold that thought. So I found a joint. It says, defendant Reynolds grabbed plaintiff Capilano's arms repeatedly, asked if her breasts were real and said, you and me are gonna fuck, and grabbed her rear end, rubbing his groin into her. On the return flight from England to the United States, plaintiff and others were sexually assaulted by defendants Flair, Hall, and Reynolds and other WWE wrestlers, and were subjected. Sorry, I can't. This shit is really small fucking print. Subjected to degrading and humiliating treatment, harassment, and sexual advances, including but not limited to the following, such and such and so forth.
You see why it was swept under the rug? Because if it was addressed when it happened, McMahon would have lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit.
No, they're talking about this shit was, it says, so Dark Side of the Ring gave Goldust, aka Dustin Rhodes, a complete free pass, even though he's guilty of not more so than Ric Flair, as per the 2004 lawsuit. It's incredible. It really is. Like, I mean, they did kind of sweep past that shit. They just said the niggas was up there singing and saved her. They ain't bringing that shit up. And once again, I told you it wasn't Heidi. It was another woman.
So going back to what you said, is this really an unbiased?
I just told you that was for Heidi.
Is this really
Telling
an
you it was,
umbrella
it
account?
was another
okay,
flight
okay,
attendant. You
okay.
feel me? Because it was other flight attendants on the joint. She just happened to be the one back there. You got to remember, it was ones in the front with Vince and JR. You never know. It probably could have been one more that probably came back there to probably, you know what I'm saying, just go back there. You never know what could exactly
I
happen.
just
But
want to say this real quick. Them crackers better been so happy none of them was black women.
Do we know that though?
Dusty Rhodes made his Twitter private now.
Do we know that? What if? I'm saying, what if?
For real though, like seriously, if there was some black women,
Like this is the first thing that I don't get.
they wasn't dropping that
Why
shit.
are you going on there as a professional wrestler to give Vice anything?
Well,
To
Dark
give
Side of the
Vice
Ring.
anything.
Dark Side of the Ring.
Once again, the reason why I feel like
this.
that's why I said that in the beginning about everybody feel like everybody's certain what their intentions was coming into this documentary.
This wasn't unbiased. If they left that,
I feel
part out,
RVD doesn't give a shit about these niggas' opinions. You know what I'm saying? I think what he felt was like wrong, and like I said, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he said.
RVD don't really got nothing to gain from this.
No, what I mean to say is there's certain things where you have to stop and think like, yo, how are you even getting this interview? Like if you're gonna talk about the plane ride from hell, it's a lot different if you have just RVD and
Well, that's why it was good they had JR on there because he was the one that had to handle a lot of that shit.
right, but that's what I'm saying. JR
Vincent is ass back there.
But I'm saying, like, what sense do that make? You putting this nigga in control of these niggas when this
That's his job, bro. That's his job. What do you think what do you think the manager gives the assistant manager all the fucking tasks to do? Like, nigga, go fire that nigga. Go tell them to go do this. You feel me? So they can sit in their office and just chill.
What y'all think about Dreamer, man? Dreamer is the one. He's the main focal point out of this right now. What y'all
Can I
think
get my
about
done off real quick, G?
He's not.
Tommy Dreamer, you are a fucking mark. Straight
Bird.
up.
Mark
Like,
Bird?
fuck all of that. Oh, that's my friend. But you ain't know that nigga before this shit, my nigga. Ric Flair wasn't thinking about no ECW before this fucking merger. None of this. This is what I'm saying. A lot of these niggas is
You made that point in the chat.
idols that they never thought they would ever be rubbing shoulders with, and is really having the time of their lives with, and really want to, you know what I'm saying, try to keep those same relationships up.
Want to be down.
It's like you got niggas like Justin Credible who understands where it's like that was then. That is never going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? That position is over. Those relationships are probably done. You know what I'm saying? Like even when he was talking about Will and Scott Hall in there, he could have been like on some like, oh man, I had to will this motherfucker. No, he kept it tall. Like, you know what I'm saying? I tried to help bro out. You know what I'm saying? Right. And he said, yo, I'm here. I ain't doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he wasn't saucing nothing up. As the Dreamer, he was trying to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? The boys club type shit, brotherhood type shit, where it's like, nigga, this ain't the time. This ain't the time. And you ain't the nigga to be doing that. Like, nigga, nobody was. I ain't gonna say that because I don't know what's going on.
For background, those listening, those watching, Dreamer made some comments.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you told me I had to go off with some crackers today, and
I feel you. You got the Akuma. You got the Akuma chain on. You got the Akuma chain on.
I still had to. And I didn't want it to be Dreamer, man.
He made some comments basically condoning with Ric Flair. So Ric Flair, according to the episode, he sexually assaulted the young lady. Sue, what's her name again? Heidi
Doyle.
Sexually assaulted Heidi Doyle on the plane, took his robe off, did the whole, you know what I'm saying?
It wasn't that.
Tommy Dreamer.
He took her hand and put it on his shit.
And that's worse.
What she said.
That's worse. And Tommy Dreamer was caught on the show basically defending it, saying, oh, boys will be boys. He got very specific about the penis. Pause.
Son said, if you really were a victim, why would you take the settlement?
Oh no, yeah, he went in,
which is one of the worst things you can say to a victim. If you know she's a victim or not, that is one of the worst things you can say.
And now he's paying for the repercussions. Impact just suspended him right after that. Right after the episode, he got suspended. Indefinitely, which means he's gone.
Man, interject real quick. I just want to say this, and it's weird that like Tommy Dreamer really said all of that on a public forum.
That nigga don't be caring. That ECW shit, the mentality, he don't be caring, dog.
Bro, he don't be having this energy on Busted Open Radio.
This is what I'm saying.
Is he still on there?
Yeah, Bully's not taking them off.
That's not his show, though. That's not his show. That's Dave. That's Dave's show. That's serious. Man.
That's the Greca.
You know, serious don't give a fuck. We replace shit like that.
Right.
Like, these shows cooking up every day.
like Tommy Dreamer falls in lines with the same niggas like I think of Bully Ray, which is like, oh yeah, I used to be a guy who was a mid-carder and is really good and have all the things together a decade or two too late. You know, like
nigga just say he's a has-been, passes.
No, it's very true. If you really true, if you think about what Tommy Dreamer did with the House of Hardcore, you know what I'm saying, build up, he built himself up crazily. If you listen to what he was saying on Busted Open Radio,
his organization,
he was fucking with the dude of the editor for PWI. Was saying like, yo, you guys forgot me like a year or so ago when I had a streak of like 200 something matches or whatever. But just hearing that Tommy Dreamer had 200 plus matches and such like that, it's just he's putting in work for his career. Like it wasn't not
but Arri,
not a lot of niggas at the age that can do that. But
it's Dre Dennis.
It was too late in the game.
200 wrestling matches is like Dre Dennis. No one cares. 200 battles for Dre Dennis. Nobody cares.
But no, the point, like you said, is too late in the game, and you trying to like use that influence that you thought you had then. Now it's like
it's not gonna work.
3, 5.
And let me keep it talking. Can I get this disclaimer? I do respect Tommy Dreamer's mind for the business.
We love
when I listen to, I see what he did with the help for Impact Wrestling. When I seen what he did, you know what I'm saying, with some of his, you know what I'm saying, his thoughts and shit on Busted Up a Radio. He has a great mind and great, you know what I'm saying, love for the business. That's why I rock with him, and that's why I was more so fucked up and pissed off. That's why I'm really more so really pissed off about his speak, because like, bruh, really, you, my nigga, like.
No,
I'm gonna keep it tall, Gino. That shit kind of hurt, bro. Like I've
learned there's no such thing as an ally when it comes to mega corporations.
And that's a fact, bro. That's a fact. But it's just like seeing where Tommy came from, bro. Like he was really the poster child for the, you know what I'm saying, for the underground company. For you to be trying to go to bat for these niggas, bro.
He wasn't.
You want to go to bat for these niggas? These niggas? Where was these niggas at when you got fired, my nigga? Like,
he's a how can I be down? He's a how can I be down?
You know what I'm saying, bro? It's like it's so lame, bro. Some real Mark shit, my nigga. And you grown as hell. That's the sad part about it. You grown as hell.
Look at the repercussions now. Now he's out of a job. His career is in jeopardy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just to
I think it was more so him protecting him in his mind at that time, protecting the business. Because we didn't know the backlash from this was gonna come out. We didn't know all this shit happened on that ride. I guess he was just like protecting.
Nigga, to protect the business, the business been, I'm saying the business been unprotected since the fucking steroid case. So there's really nothing you can fucking do to like get these mother from the outside. To where was he at when John Oliver was shooting at the fucking WWE and all of this shit? You know what I'm saying? Where was you at then? But no, you only want to be a mark for certain niggas. I'm sorry, Gino. Oh, let Gino go. Pardon me. Pardon me. Cause bro, that shit really pissed me off when I seen that nigga say that shit, bro. It was so fucking disheartening, bro. Because it's like you got daughters, my nigga. Like he got daughters, bro.
Older daughters at that who are gonna watch this episode and are gonna look at him crazy.
They're not.
It's always about how you raise.
I'm gonna be real. Like I've learned, like I've heard white people say some of the wildest shit in front of their children.
I've heard the white children say the wildest shit to their parents.
No, I've heard some shit like, I don't give a fuck what happens to my daughter. I only give a fuck about my son. And that's right, Daddy.
I hold my son more than I hold my gun.
Like I've heard like dudes say like pretty much my daughter, like what about college? She ain't got shit to worry about college. Look, her job is to get married. Fuck you mean she going to school? That's
that old school mentality, nigga. Like, the woman is supposed to get married at 18 type shit. Like, that's what that mentality is.
When I hear that stuff coming from people who were raised by people like that, I'm not surprised. When I hear that, hey, these people who've been effectively taken from, for the most part, low class and given the chance to be the idols, but not given the morals that come with that level of acclamation.
Don't meet your heroes.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be a fucking creep Because everyone's gonna allow it. There's no one. There's all these yes men, and I'm a yes man to a higher person. There's no moral litmus there. There's no one there saying like, hey, this culture and environment's wrong. Like that's why a lot of the new people don't like. Remember when Undertaker went out and he was talking his shit about professional wrestling and from the past and the current.
Oh yeah, let's give
Undertaker had wrestlers court though.
For context, if you don't remember, Undertaker was pretty much.
Listen.
Let's give people context. They don't remember.
That's the most fucked up shit they was doing.
No, I'm about to say let people because some people might not remember what he said.
Okay, so pretty much what Undertaker said was like back in the day, wrestlers were a lot harder. They were stiffer. They were expecting to do. They were looking forward to the fact of doing more matches and doing harder bumps and sells. And when he looks back now, he goes into the locker room to visit the current wrestlers. They're chilling in the back. They're playing video games. They're relaxing. They're not like amping themselves up. They're not going over their matches. They're not doing
that old school mentality. That's that old school mentality. Taker's been wrestling since the 80s.
But hold on, and this is the counterpoints to it. A lot of those old school wrestlers, we find out all those things they were doing were all signifiers of them being drug addicts, alcoholics, sexual predators, sexual molesters, just general demons.
Murderers.
Yep.
Moira.
And then it's just like, yo, you gotta pretend like as if these guys are suddenly retrospective heroes. And it's like, yo, bro, Shawn Michaels is a piece of shit.
In real life, yeah, he is.
I'm very glad to be a Marine.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm still.
The fact that Marines have beaten him up. Marines beat the dog shit out of him because he was running his mouth. Like those, like
the
those
military
people,
niggas, right? The military
Marines, not military niggas, Marines.
My fault, man. One of them niggas. My fault.
It was six of them. It was six of them. They beat the
Who's
dog.
from the Bronx? You're not from New York.
Him, and fucking.
Here we go again. That's how you.
Who from claiming the Bronx, bro? It's the Bronx. Ugh. Anyway,
hey, watch your mouth, Brooklyn.
Oh, you from the boogie?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. What part of the Bronx you from?
Fordham Road.
Oh,
Fordham Road, Gunhill Projects.
Yeah.
Fordham Road, Gunhill Projects.
Yeah, you off the 12 bus. Tell him 12 bus, baby.
Come on, man. 12 bus. Columbus High School. Let's go.
I'm sorry, that was fucking hilarious. I think I was like, oh, my bad. Oh, jeez. But nah, so like I said, man, back to you saying with the HBK.
Weird shit going on when you think about like a lot of these guys are about to have massive repercussions coming down on them, and they're not even active wrestlers. They're not even like, and this
Flair
is
got hit.
Huh?
Flair got hit with the endorsements. He's losing them.
They took his commercial down, but I ain't gonna lie. I think right now most people are looking at Tony Khan and saying, "What's your next move with this situation?"
Is he supposed to go over there?
Yeah, he's not signed. He's not signed.
He's affiliated.
To an extent, you know what I'm saying? Because we already know he said he was going to AEW with a group, but I think that is on hold for a while.
Charlotte's dropping that last name
right before it dropped, right after it dropped. I think
I don't know if she's losing the belt. She's losing the last name.
No, she's not.
She's not losing the last name. She's losing.
It's already bread. But
they got rid of him. They ain't got shit to do with that with her. She makes our money.
But nah, they're gonna pretty much. Dreamer, like I said, he dug his own grave. I mean, like I said, I gotta give credit to guys like RVD who like you said, you got niggas who thinking like Dreamer, you got niggas who think like RVD was like, fuck all of this little cult shit. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you my perspective.
Like, there's so much weird shit going on with that, right? Because, and this is the flip side of it.
Okay.
It is. And this is not to defend Tommy Dreamer's point, but this is just to point out the validity to what he said, where it's, yo, you took the settlement instead of prosecuting. At certain points, you kind of got to say like, all right, I took the money and I said this is it. I had a choice to say, nah, I'm not gonna take the money and go for actual criminal damages. I took financial relief, and you put yourself in that position where it's like, yeah, you're allowed to be the victim and you're allowed to tell your story,
But they're gonna look at you crazy.
Yeah, but now people are gonna look at you like, hey, wait, you took a settlement?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I took a settlement. Yo, they're about to fry this guy in the court of public opinion.
Wow.
Are you gonna give what are you gonna do with this money? Like, oh, nothing. And then now people are investigating her, and more dirt about her is coming out. And the only thing in my head is like, yo, you should just shut the fuck up. You already got the punishment from this nigga that you wanted, which was the money.
I think what she stated in the documentary were kind of I would say not shields, but she kind of like put it in the air where it's like, think about this also if you're going to think about the settlement thing, where it's like, well, we already know. Just this is not what she said. This is just my ultimate thoughts about shit. Just already knowing, you know what I'm saying, common man, woman going up against multi-billion-dollar companies. They always try to do the settlement thing because we already know if we continue to take this shit to an extent, who's going to go?
They're going to suck them dry. They're going to suck them dry.
So that I looked at, I was like, okay, I can understand that. You know what I'm saying? And when she said the husband got into a play with it, kind of, you know what I'm saying, and kind of influenced her to
talk about that. He took the money,
take the settlement and all to such. You know how, you know what I'm saying, like they take marriages different, like real shit, like, you know what I'm saying, with decisions and all that. That's them. You know what I'm saying? So they made a joint decision on doing that. Whoop de whoop. Me personally, I knew it would have been never worked out. They would have took it to the full extent. This is WWE we're talking about. Like, come on.
No,
but
I'll be real. There's a lot of people who successfully sued WWE.
It probably is, but I don't think everybody has those, like, you know what I'm saying, just the optimism to do it when you don't have the finances to really, you know what I'm saying, or have the outlets or resources to know where to, you know what I'm saying. Like, some people might know certain resources.
You can hit that notion where it's like, oh yeah, well, you know, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna frame it well. You can't say I want to retain my moral high ground while also willing to lay down with these dudes to say that we're on an even plane now. So the minute she went and laid down with them, she lost her claim to that hill.
Yeah, I think that's so unfair though.
But I understand that, but this is I'm gonna be real. Fair is a place where you put blue ribbons on pigs. That shit don't exist in the real world.
True and no. Yes, and true and false. Because with the false is because that's why I love that where she explained where it's like, once a victim is able to tell her story and gives it to the public to make their opinion, and thus those narratives come in and such, and people try to take down such and such, where they can even make the person who is the victim in this sense make it seem like they're the person that caused this situation to happen, or they influenced this situation to happen, or I'm just saying how narratives can get spent once a person they tell their story. And they'll say, "Oh, the court went like this, or this happened, and such on and so forth." Give me the full extent of everything that happened, and then people go boom, 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 which we're, like I said, which we're kind of seeing now with Tommy Dreamer and people, you know, saying from the internet, whatever. So me personally, I'm gonna keep it talk. I'm on her side because it's just like, what would she have to gain from this other than being called and being told, "Yo, we want to," you know what I'm saying, "we want to hear your story," and her being like, okay, it's cool. I think it's good enough time to do that. You know what I'm saying? Just like how JR said, I don't want to talk about this no more. So I could be surprised. It's probably a lot of people don't.
JR, the thing with JR is he's an authority figure. So as an authority figure, bro,
it's a black eye though. Like it says, a black. Like, it's like, who wants to talk about those nasty ass times, bro?
It's not even that. It's that plane ride from hell has been brought up every year.
Yeah,
driving them crazy.
That's happened. And
so
the thing
who's that ain't getting them calls? You know what I'm saying?
Arri, he feels responsible for
whatever.
That's why he hates it. He feels responsible for it because Vince McMahon, JR was head of talent relations.
He was being the quarterback of the situation. He was being a G about the situation. Let's keep it tall. JR was being a G about the situation. You know what I'm saying?
He's head of talent relations. That's his problem. That's why he's sick of it. Because
it's not his problem. Is the thing. He said, that's what he's saying. All this shouldn't be my problem.
All talent relations, it has to be.
Rely on one man. You know what I'm saying?
Relations. This is your job. This is the hot.
Yes,
this is
but this shouldn't. What he's having to go through shouldn't be the job.
Then don't
it should be more people to this. Then you know what I'm saying? Or should be. I said that
one more time.
I said that. So didn't I say that when watching that? I said you shouldn't take the position.
Don't take the position.
Once again, that don't mean if somebody else takes a position, the same shit happens to them. Which means that this position is already flawed. That's
why they call it the heat position.
Right. So once again, that position needs to be really needs to be broken up. Or once again, you say it could be the producer, agent, talent. All of these things damn near mean the same. So why isn't most of these people pretty much helping groups of different talent? You know what I'm saying? Like it's and this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying this is what they think they're saying like that. This is what I feel it should be moving. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't not just be one dude with the multitudes of talent that WWE had at that time. You got
Arri, it was him,
stars, WCW stars, and WWE stars, my nigga.
It was him, Pritchard, and what's my nigga name? People Power. He talks like this. Him. They split.
I think that started later though. I feel later, probably towards those mid 2000s, it probably split up a little bit more, or probably once JR fell back.
When their roster got bigger, they had to hire more talent relations.
But that's what I'm saying. But that was when the time it got, I think at that time, its biggest.
Yeah, because they got ECW and WCW.
They inherited more hands on deck right there. Go ahead, G.
So I think just to kind of put my final thoughts on this isn't a new story.
Right.
It's just now we're in a new era.
And I think we've got a little bit more details. There's a little bit more details to help us.
It's the details, Gino. The details are different. We didn't know about the stewardess. I didn't know about the stewardess.
Right. That's what I'm saying. New era. If you look on YouTube and you'll see the shoot interviews about the shit. They have this all broken down.
Yeah. I can actually tell you though, G. The reason why I stopped watching shoot interviews though, because certain people have certain gripes with certain wrestlers, and you never know where it really stems from, and you know how wrestlers can be real petty, and you know what I'm saying. So that's why I fell back from a lot of the shoot interviews, and just kind of like just fell back
a little bit. Biased place.
But I did see one with Shane Douglas where he was speaking on Rick. We know his feelings with Rick and the clique and all of that such, and I seen that from my eyes, so I can understand where his resentment for those guys stemmed from. You know what I'm saying? To at least speak on shit. You know what I'm saying? At least objectively to an extent.
Right, but for me, it's just like when everyone's now complaining about this, it's like, well, a lot of you guys are complaining about something that happened before you guys were born, or even remotely considered an adult, or even remotely considered a preteen. You feel me? So it's like, oh, this happened to this lit woman when I was 3. I'm fucking furious that she got paid as a repercussion. As repercussions, we need to take care of Ric Flair, even though he already got another punishment. And it's like, I get it. You now want to feel good because you were led to believe something good about this guy all these years. And it's one of those situations where now people are more so punishing Ric Flair not because of what he did, but because of how they feel, because they didn't know what he did for so long.
Acting on emotion.
Right.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do acting on emotion. Because, like I said, it's more so awareness too. You know what I'm saying? It's if you're not aware to certain things that you don't know, or if you're not privy to those things, and you have the knowledge of it now, you know what I'm saying, and you still see some of these guys moving and grooving. You know what I'm saying? Reluctant or getting praised like these guys are damn near wrestling deities, and it's like some of these dudes are like scum of the earth. We're just like, how can you be putting these guys in these positions? You know what I'm saying?
All right, Chris Benoit, we recognize Chris Benoit as a horrible human for what he did. Right. But we also recognize Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit had massive brain damage attributed to a lot of what he did because of dementia.
I mean, we already know in our conversations we talk about.
We also recognize he's probably one of the greatest wrestlers of all time.
Because we can separate in the ring, out of the ring. We can separate.
Right. But let's keep it tall though. Not a lot of people don't talk. They don't really talk about his in ring shit. You got the classic niggas who, hey, Steamboat, Sting, yeah, but not most of the people styling, profiling. You know what I'm saying? Jet flying, all of that, the glitz and the glam. You know what I'm saying? And that's what more so people attach to since for me at least the 90s to now.
Right, and I feel you on
it's not really the wrestling shit, but you can say with another
taking away Ric Flair's car deal, right? How does that get restitution for the victim?
No, I don't think that's not the that's just that company.
Right, no, but I mean,
Facebook feel like they're doing the right thing.
But that was like people on the like, oh, I can't believe you're having this guy here doing this after all this that just came out about him.
Yeah.
But then it's like, wait, but this lady who he victimized got her justice. They paid her out her ass. and she was comfortable to summon because she signed her name on the dotted line.
Oh no, I can agree with you on that. I can agree with you on that where you say like certain people want their own sense of justice.
Yeah,
and without even looking. Like, yeah. I get what you're saying with that.
If Ric Flair did this and it was, oh, yeah, so Ric Flair did this to me. I went and I said something, and they just said nothing's gonna happen. This is the end of it, and it gets dropped off here.
I think it's more.
And this video comes out, and they start doing this stuff to Ric Flair. I'm all for it, but it's okay. We established Ric Flair's a piece of shit. Cool. You want to keep him off television? Fine. I don't like the idea of campaigning to cancel someone because that means you can't cancel him off of your own strength, or you're not comfortable saying like, "Hey, I'm not going to watch this person or this thing. I need to convince other people now to do what I
Gino,
I can agree with that. That's just this internet. Is everybody has to be the champion.
Like nigga,
everyone has to be the pick the cross. You know what I'm saying? No, not reactionaries. Well, I mean, yes, it's reactionaries, but some people have a specific, you know what I'm saying, reason for what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's just somebody wants to be the flag holder to start it. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, we started this, we got these guys out of here. Which is I get the vision, but who are you really doing it for? Is it for
where are your intentions?
Or is it for the actual victim? And I think that's where it lies, where you know what I'm saying, is it for your satisfaction? Like you said, Gino, for being a fan of this person and supporting them for all these years, or are you really doing this for the victim and what she went through because of this person? You know what I'm saying? I think that's where it gets lost, and I can agree with that. If you're not doing it for the right intentions to really make sure that this woman feels like she got the true justice she deserves, you know what I'm saying, then don't do it at all. Just don't support that person. Don't watch them. You do what you got to do. That's, you know what I'm saying. It's simple as that. Just change the fucking channel when that person is on TV or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Probably end it there, man. You basically. You basically said it, man. Like, support it. Like, if you're a Ric Flair supporter, hold his feet to the fire. What he did was wrong.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But don't do it because you're not a fan of Ric Flair. Do it because your intentions match, you know what I'm saying, where your heart is.
Like, exactly. I just don't like this idea. Like, I'm all for cancel culture in the sense we're canceling people who we couldn't get justice.
Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Get punishment or revenge, you know what I mean, for the victims. Mm-hmm. But when it's the victims already got their restitution, what are you doing now?
Well, like I said, people feel like they got to get true justice these days. But then, like you said, what is true justice unless you're not talking to the person who, you know what I'm saying, should be looking for it.
Right.
You can't be out here, you know what I'm saying, playing lawyer for somebody who ain't asking for it right now.
And the other thing is, like, this is why I'm not getting, like, yo.
But once again, I'm not saying if Heidi states she wants to continue to, you know what I'm saying, put these niggas on black or not. Who knows?
Honestly, even if she said that, my response is going to be, are you going to give your settlement money back up? Are you going to put that back into the wild? Are you going to put that up for charity? Are you going to give it back to these people and say, no, I don't want this now. I want to go to court. If you're not going to do that,
why should you have to?
Because that was the agreement. Like, hey, we're going to pay you as a form of us saying we're sorry, you know, this happened.
And you sweep everything under the rug. But and then you start joking on shit like it's a laughing matter. Nah, suck my dick.
But again, if you're willing to accept the money for that settlement,
bro. You're not about to try to say, oh, we're going to sweep everything in the rug, then you bring shit back up and use it as a joke. Hell nah, bro.
Again,
don't try to give me hush money. Don't give me hush money, then you push shit on Front Street.
But that's on you for signing
that corny.
But that's not corny. That's, hey, you agreed to get paid and you said, I'm not going to say shit.
I'd rather let you choose.
No, that's the thing. I get a joke is gonna be made about it, but don't give me a whole fucking episode like of actually putting some money behind the story to even give the real story. If we're gonna be quiet about it and we're gonna really be on a hush hush and we don't want nobody to talk about the shit, then don't nobody talk about it. How gonna be the one that you telling don't tell the secret and you gonna go out and tell the damn secret?
Oh yeah, but you accepted to get paid for
so
you.
If you break your side,
no. You got paid for you to shut your mouth.
Yeah. If she took hush money, why is she talking?
You took hush money. You
So
took
they started
money.
talking, bro.
Hold on. I
They
want to
started
emphasize.
talking. Y'all wanted nobody to hear about this.
No. What
They
she
were not. I mean, they didn't want nobody to talk about this.
right.
You know what I'm
She,
saying? Remember, they had a whole show the next day. You know what I'm saying? This was.
But if
They
she
could've put
took
this
the
out
money,
on fucking
Arri.
Entertainment Weekly that
Arri,
day.
Arri.
You know what I'm saying?
Arri,
If
if she took the money and in return she had to be hush about it, why is she coming out 20 years later?
not even if she had to be hush.
Well, let's keep it tall. Like I said,
she took the money.
they called
She took
these
the
people.
money. The money was.
Let's call it for what it is. The climate fits the narrative. She came back out.
No, we're not doing that, bro. Stop. Think before you speak. You gotta think before you speak, bro. Just like they said, calls went unhurt. Calls to Brock Lesnar went unhurt, bro. They call these people for these documentaries.
But
Nobody
if you took hush money, if you
Dark
took hush
Side of the
money,
Ring, I got a story for you guys.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
I
bro.
think you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. She didn't take hush money. She took money saying this settlement isn't. No doubt, Cedric. No doubt, said this.
we gotta wrap this up soon, man. We spent an hour on this.
Well, there's people here for wrestling.
An hour on this shit, dog.
Yeah, this was my story of the week. I ain't gonna hold you.
But like people look, when it comes to this scenario, if you're getting paid and saying like, "Hey, I'm accepting money as a form of justice," I can't now.
We're looking at it.
Wait.
It's hush money.
Wait, hold on. What it was she went to court, and and there was a choice of like, hey, for her it was like, hey, either you can accept the settlement or proceed with criminal proceedings, and she said, I'm taking the settlement. So she forego criminal proceedings to get paid. That's on her.
She was given the money with the intent she wasn't gonna go. You know what I mean?
Go forward.
Back at them niggas.
There's no
exactly
going after Ric Flair. I got return.
So then why are we here now?
So what happened is now when this thing comes out, and this is what I'm saying, it's like everyone's saying like, oh yeah, Ric Flair needs to be punished, and it's like, bro, he had to pay her. He already paid her.
He was already punished.
Huh?
He didn't have to pay her shit.
Nah, McMahon and them paid her. Now,
Ric Flair doesn't have a scratch on his fucking.
He don't pay her directly.
Wait. I'm gonna be real. Do you guys personally think Ric Flair didn't have to pay any of that?
No.
McMahon paid for Flair because Flair at that time was a golden boy.
Right. What I'm saying is, you don't think Ric Flair, you don't think McMahon turned to Ric Flair like,
no,
oh yeah, I just paid this.
No, think about this, bro. Think about, like we said, they use situations like these. They have accounts and money to the side to throw away for shit like this, my nigga. For shit like this.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, you guys don't think at any point Ric Flair had to pay for this.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna point this out.
No, I'm about to say real quick before you go. You know, I'm thinking of like how with the documentary we watched with the Malice in the Palace, how the actual participants in the situation, you know what I'm saying, even though they were appealing shit, but they went to the case itself when they were, you know what I'm saying, they showed up. And when Heidi sued, like they didn't bring Ric Flair. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like they probably had their lawyer for the company there. You know what I'm saying? Like
it was a rep. They had a rep for the company, but that rep for the company was representing Vince McMahon, not physically.
Yeah, he ain't represent Rick.
So this is what I'm gonna argue. All right. I'm just gonna use this example. Remember when Stone Cold quit wrestling? Essentially, right?
Right. And
he came back to wrestling. Vince McMahon fined him immediately when he came back.
He buried him. He tried to bury him.
No, he fined the shit out of him. He hit him with $500,000 fine.
Because he walked out on the job, because when you walk out of your job, are there not repercussions? That's cause and effect.
Stone Cold was a golden boy.
But you
wait, hold on. Wait, there's more. We can go down the list of wrestlers.
No, I got you. I'm about to say the only person that they stated in this document that the only person that was fined in this shit was Dustin. That was the only person that they said that was fined.
Hall and Hennig got fired.
They got fired. They said Dustin was the only one that got fined. They didn't say Ric Flair got fined also as repercussions or nothing deducted. They didn't say none of that. Not a strip of that.
This is my
but real quick though, we might be getting a tell off from Rick, so we never know. We might hold off. So we never know. We might get more information.
Yeah, he said he came out saying that he's gonna start
naming names. We might hear a little bit more.
He wasn't the only person wilding out on the plane.
That's
we
what
might
I'm saying
hear
about
what
the Dustin
Goldust actually
situation.
did. We might
That's
hear
what I'm
what
saying. He
actually
probably
happened.
seen like, yo, y'all gonna let Dustin slide? Oh, well, say less.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, all right. But continue.
This is why I'm saying I don't think what you guys are thinking happened. And the reason why I think that is because when you look at the litany of WWE performers who've all had to so many forms pay the pittance for fucking up, whether it's on the books or off the books, I have no doubt in my mind that Ric Flair had to pay.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he had to pay the chick. I think he had to pay Vince.
No, Vince is not gonna fine him.
No, it could be something as simple as, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to fine you per se.
Gino, he was on Raw the next night.
Right. But you can still work and me still say, like, you can go to work and I'm taking some of your checks. Even
through all of these
merchandise it takes. Right, where it's like you can't, from now on, you can't negotiate a better deal with me. If I put this out there, this is how you have to take it. Shit like that. You'll be surprised.
Gino, Vince tried to cover up Snooker murder back in the day. You don't think he tried to cover this up too?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it with you. I'm gonna keep it. And the reason why I agree with Loso to an extent, I think when it gets kind of like federalish, that's where shit is like, okay,
he gotta like back and forth.
Like you can have it's that type of world, and I think when you got like, okay, you're just fucking with my rules of the job, where it's like, okay, you don't show up to work on time, insubordination, whoop de whoop, I'm gonna check you in those senses. Shit like that, I think is deeper, where they be like, okay, we just got to save face for the company and just get out of the fire.
Fines are federal. Like if you
get what I'm saying though, to an extent. What I'm trying to say is like I feel like they handle those situations a little bit more, like, you know how like you know when you get in trouble so much as a kid, where your mom would be like, just sit down, I'll take care of this shit. You know what I'm saying? As to a point where you might get in trouble. Yeah, you might get in trouble, and it's like, no, I'm gonna whoop your ass right here in the store type shit. Like, I felt it was one of those situations.
I got my ass whipped in the store.
Fuck down.
I didn't get
Let
that.
me handle this shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get this shit out of here before this big blows up. You know what I'm saying? And we'll never talk about this again type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt it was kind of like that.
Nah, like I said, I feel my experience from working with white people and stuff like that, I know them all too well for situations like this, where it's like, somebody just did some wild shit.
We also know that Vincent Mann is unorthodox. He run on his own time.
I wouldn't say Vince is unorthodox.
He run on his own time. We've heard the stories.
Vincent now might be a little bit more secluded, but continue. Sorry.
Like getting punishment on the books. Yeah, we're not going to put that there, because if we punish him on the books, then we're essentially admitting wrong. And now we have a whole different heap of problems. But to say like, hey, Rick, nigga, you owe me $200,000 and I'm gonna collect it. Either it's coming from your future merchandising sales, or it's coming off the back end of your contract.
But see, I don't think Vince will be like in the sense where like I need that back. You know what I'm saying?
You don't become a billionaire by not doing shit like
that. I agree with you. I agree with you on that. But once again, this is Ric Flair, who was like the closest thing he had to Goldberg and Sting coming to his company before Goldberg and Sting came to his company.
Before Evolution.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not about to ruffle no feathers with this shit.
Like, after Hogan, Flair is right there for Vince.
Like, I don't think he wanted to ruffle. Like, even though this, like, it's like what DMX said in Drink Champs. You gotta expect what you know what I'm saying. You gotta expect what you expect from certain people, so you don't be surprised when it happens. You know what I'm saying? And when he got Rick, you know what I'm saying, he knew who Rick was then, and probably, you know what I'm saying, seeing how Rick came in, was like, Rick is the same Rick. You know what I'm saying? Being on them roads, and he probably saying, oh damn, Rick is same old Rick, bro. All right, so hey, this is what I'm walking into still. All right,
that's what Dreamer's defense was.
Move around it like how I did before. You know what I'm saying?
That was Dreamer's defense. Same old Rick. That's exactly what he said in the documentary. Just
that's the thing, though. That's the problem with that 20th century. Everything that became their norm anything that was wrong, that was probably their norm. They just put to the side like, it's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? That shit was just kind of morally wrong. Y'all was just probably too pussy to say some shit about it. That's why I love this generation now. You know what I'm saying? You got some people now who opinions don't need opinions, but you got some people now that be like, Nah, my nigga, you want some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be real. I don't like this generation because a lot of this generation is spent saying like, oh yeah, yo, if I was a slave in the fucking 1700s, I'll be fucking whipping the masters. And it's like, nah, y'all niggas don't live in realistic times. Y'all don't have realistic understandings of this.
Nah, see, I agree with you on that. I agree. So but no, those are what you would call like. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
This comes where it's like, yo, hey, you know what? Yeah, what you did was wrong. But at the same time, what you did was socially acceptable and was legal and within the laws of the land. So now, I'm not saying what Ric Flair did in this case was any of those things. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is there's certain things where it was considered socially acceptable, and we've gone back and retrospectively
considered. That's what I'm saying. Considered.
Right. But
niggas took that like, I guess this is cool.
All right, so just
mostly men also too. Let's remember that. Mostly white men.
If this is during the Prohibition era, right? And you're drinking, you're considered a deviant. You're the one of the worst people. Like the law has every authority to arrest you for just having alcohol in your breath. Alcohol, right. Not being intoxicated, just having alcohol.
Right.
We recognize now. Hey, not a big deal. Right. Alcohol is still a problem, but that's up to the individual society. It's not up to the social society side. So we understand societal norms and societal laws shift and move. So It's weird when we trying to put new laws and new societal perspectives on people from the past and incidents from the past and saying like, yo, retroactively we're gonna charge this guy or retroactively.
I agree with that. I think it's trying to like reopen a case type shit like that, or I ain't gonna say reopen the case because that's different. But more so, like you said, trying to vilify somebody who already is 20 years later, something like that. Like, I understand that where you're trying to like let's get them now type shit. I get let's just bring the story to light and just let people know like, hey, look behind the curtain. It's deeper, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, no. But listen, but it's what you said. It's what we said earlier. Because when you look behind that curtain a little bit, you have that option now. Do I support this person or not? Now, you know what I'm saying? I have that choice. If I should be able to support, if I want to put bucks into continue to support this person. Now knowing, you know what I'm saying, some of the little bit of darkness I may agree with or not agree with, but that I may disagree with, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. I have that choice now. You know what I'm saying? We live in the era of choices now. You know what I'm saying? Where we can fuck with it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like you said earlier, now people just try to get people to do it in a group. Whereas like you said, I agree with you on that. But we have the choice now to be like, you know what? I might not really be subscribing to Ric Flair and AEW after seeing this. And that person have their right to do that. You know what I'm saying? Right. And like I said, if somebody like Tommy Dreamer, like I said, you got people out there who feel like, hey, man, that was just the time that we were in. That was that. Those how the boys were. You know what I'm saying? That's how we get down back then. You know what I'm saying? You got people, that's their choice. You know what I'm saying? And not everybody's opinion is right, but everybody has I'm not taking your qualm and your choices. You know what I'm saying? Because you get the repercussions from your choices as we see.
Right. You know I'm not saying that Ric Flair should be removed from all reactions to what he's done. What I'm saying is it should be, again, up to the individual and not like, hey, let's a concert effort where it's like everyone's clapping at once in order to get this nigga the fuck out of here. And you're literally turning to people, all right, when I turn this light on, all of you need to applaud. And it's like, whoa, that's not how this should go.
That's why I was like earlier, that's why I was like, the ball is in Tony Khan's court. Because for me, seeing him as I've watched him, he's a wrestling fan, and two, like from what I've seen, he seems like a mildly grounded to be a capitalist in this field. You know what I'm saying? From what we've seen, you know what I'm saying? From the Ted Turners, the Bischoff, the Vince McMahon, such on and so forth, whatever. He seems a little bit more grounded. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to see how a situation like this falling on his lap, how he plays it. You know what I'm saying? I think it would be, I mean, given the era we in, they may crucify him, they may champion him, but once again, I think I just want to see what his personal choice being in this position he's at. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see how he will move. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be very telling to, you know what I'm saying, in the future.
What you about to say, Sue?
But with that being said, is the punishment for Tommy Dreamer's comments justified?
Yes, get Tommy Dreamer the fuck out.
I mean, and I was one that was like,
opinion, bro. You know what I'm saying? Every opinion don't need to be heard.
Yeah. I was one that was like, yo, why did he have to lose his job? But when you're gonna in this climate, you gotta watch what you say.
Look, man, I learned a long time ago, right? You know who you're around. You know who your target audience is. You've seen everyone pack up fucking Velveteen Dream over accusation, and when the accusations came out to be untrue,
they still packed him.
They still packed him the fuck up. They suddenly now found reasons where he didn't work in the back room because they realized fans were still going to keep on coming. Why is Patrick Clark there? He's a child groomer. It's like, well, none of that came out to be true. Tommy Dreamer knows, hey, if I say the wrong thing once, that could be enough. I'm not young enough to bounce back.
They're going to pack him up. And that's what's happening now.
Let's bring like this.
Sammy Guevara needs to get the fuck out of there if we getting Tommy the Dreamer the fuck out of here too.
See, no question about that. Now, I'll actually, and I'm gonna say something about Tommy Dreamer. AEW did, you know what I'm saying? They suspended him. They, you know what I'm saying? I've noticed
Impact. Was it Impact?
AEW got rid of Max Caster over a comment briefly.
Yeah, so I was like,
they don't play around with shit like that.
Yeah, they might not let their talent go, but they suspend, and I don't know if it's without pay or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's without pay or not, but they do suspend, so they do let it be known. We do, you know what I'm saying? Take it. Now that's up to people's discretion how they want punishment to be taken, but that's like I said, you can't be the judge and the accuser and all in one. You know what I'm saying?
Jury executioner.
But
my thing with Dreamer, what was I about to say? Shit.
I feel like he's not big enough. He's not gonna be missed, and I feel like this day chance to get him up out of here.
Oh, I mean,
old dude who holding up a whole.
That's what I meant to say. He brought it up in the thing where it's like he was talking about like this culture's opinions and kind of like how like kind of bringing up cancel culture to an extent and saying like, oh, I'll get canceled because I'm wearing 2 ponytails and such like that.
The irony of making that comment.
Don't try to shield what you're saying through some bullshit. We don't give a fuck about your ponytails, my nigga.
Nah, he's right on that. He's right. Like again,
I get it, but don't use that to shield for this shit, my nigga. Like that was like, come on, my nigga. Your ponytails and your opinion on sexual assault, my nigga. Come on.
No, he's right though. People will try and find they will find a way to cancel you regardless of the.
But now, I think it's people that try to. I get it. Cancel culture has its fucked up. It has its fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Situations definitely does. You know what I'm saying? People try to cancel niggas over every little thing these days. But when you're in the hot seat for some shit that is definitely, you know what I'm saying, sounding crazy, don't try to like, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to flip it on like, hey man, y'all know cancel culture be wilding, y'all. Like, nigga, you wilding, my nigga. Fuck out of here.
I'm waiting for the day. And this sounds so fucked up, but fuck it. I'm waiting for the day Randy Orton is the nigga on this list. I want Randy Orton out there.
But we got to hear the stories. Nobody's.
I know the stories, bro.
We know the stories,
bro. Randy Orton's been caught numerous times whipping out his dick on people.
Remember when Randy Orton got into Evolution at first, and he was out for a minute, but it wasn't injury related. It was because he was wilding at a bar.
I remember hearing about that.
Like, come on now. If that comes out in this day and age, he's out of here, my nigga.
Randy Orton has done wild shit. It's because he's a 3rd generation star. Nigga swept under the rug. And as someone,
he's a golden boy.
Marine,
but the thing is, he brought it up though. He literally said that. He's not saying the 3rd generation star, but he said I've done some wild shit.
Go another one. Goddamn.
He said I've done some wild things in my career. You know what I'm saying? But being Randy Orton, you know what I'm saying, and being the guy who like they didn't, I'm still able to be here today. Y'all remember that? I think it was right around the Drew McIntyre feud. He was talking that shit like that.
I don't think he brought up.
And I was like, oh, you was a wild boy, bro. I
don't think he brought up the genitals part though. He
didn't say exactly what he did. He didn't say exactly what he did. He was talking about the troubles from the past and the fact that he's still here is because he's Randy Orton. You know what I'm saying? So he pretty much like doubled down on it. And I can agree with you when you say, because I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like Randy Orton is a great character wrestler, but I don't fuck with that nigga outside of this shit.
As a human being,
we heard this nigga say nigga on wrestling shit, on the fucking game and shit. Like just disrespectful shit he's done in the past. Like he's not a nigga I'm passing the blunt to, like at all. Fuck out of here.
Passing the blunt.
Like easy.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yo, that was the first story of the week. The second story of the week,
sorry about that, but that was a crazy joke.
JD and Puff got into it, man.
Wait. Oh, okay. I got one after that. So
JD and Puff got into it this weekend, man. During the Fat Joe and Ja Rule verses, JD tweeted from. He was at the venue and he said, "Diddy, I'm here. I'm looking for you. Where you at? Come outside." So then
he's been shooting at him for some time now.
He has. And then I think on Friday, Fat Joe went live to recap. Shout out Big Show. Big Show. Facts. He recapped his verses, but at the same time, he had Snoop on there, and he had I think Ja Rule pulled up for a little bit, and they were talking about that rumored verses. And then he brought out Swiss. Swiss pulled up. And Swiss was like, yo, whenever they ready, I got the bread. We can do it at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. What's up? JD got on the live. And then JD was talking that shit for a good 20 minutes. And then they were like, yo, I don't think Puff is going to pick up the phone. First ring, Puff pulls up outside his crib. Him and JD go at it. Now, mind you, these niggas love each other. They're friends. It's just friendly competition.
Terrible Wi-Fi and all.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
These niggas is too rich to not have a fucking Wi-Fi.
Exactly. Well,
go to Best Buy and spend that little $50-$40 on a fucking Wi-Fi extender. You cheap bastards.
Diddy, you should have like.
Nah, it was the same. It was the same shit with Nelly, man. Niggas want to be in their basement and shit. Like. Never mind. Continue, bro.
I think, and then, and Diddy basically was trying to little boy him. He was like, "Yo, what you gonna do when I play this?" And he played "Whoa," and then he's like, "What you gonna do when I play this?"
The line for me was, "Hey, short arms,
you can't box with God."
He just started calling him short arms at a point. It's like, "Hey, short arms."
My thing is, bro, the JD disrespect that I saw on the timeline that night, I'm not for it.
I need you to pull up. I need somebody to pull up. I think we can do the same thing we did with the dip and locks. I need two people to pull up a JD playlist and pull up a Puff playlist because I wanna even though I feel Puff will win, I did see a lot of people. That's what I'm saying.
He's a producer.
So let's get that up. All right, so let's clear this up real quick.
I don't think so.
Hold on. Let's clear this up real quick.
Telling the nigga what to do is not a producer.
Hold on. So are we Xing out executive producer credits?
Arri, telling the nigga what to do is not a producer.
I mean,
if I made the beat myself, that's more. I would say that.
See, with them, is not being a beat maker, is building the song. You know what I'm saying?
Who created more stars to you?
That's not what this is about.
But it kind of
what this is about.
Because
no. It's all about the 20, bro. None of that shit matter, bro. None of that shit matter.
Now, Arri, listen. If I'm creating stars, if I'm creating a Bow Wow, if I'm producing for Bow Wow, his biggest hits are mine. I'm behind his biggest hits. The niggas behind Biggie's biggest hits are Easy Mo B. They're not Diddy. Diddy's EP, but he's not the one pushing the button.
You're talking about niggas on the actual beat maker. Once again, you got to talk about when they're talking about producers. They're talking about the creation, the building of from the song creation to the finding the producer and getting that beat build up, structuring. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I got the JD one.
I'm not surprised.
All right,
I'm not surprised.
So I'll get the JD one else because I want to try to see what. Oh, you got J? Okay, bet.
Yeah, I got JD too.
So I'll pull up Puff's joint real quick. Could you never mind. But yeah, like I was saying though, like for me, like I said, when I think of producers like Ye, Dre, you know what I'm saying, Puff, JD, these are guys who, like I said, build some
besides
from
like
the
Quincy
ground
Jones
up.
and
No, I got Quincy Jones. No, all right.
Who really fucking with Puff?
But
This
20.
once
All
again,
you
that's what I'm
need is
saying.
20.
We got it. That's what I'm saying. Think about it, bro. Think about it. We're talking about creations of songs, not just the beat made. Creation, like
All you need is
every
20.
all of that
Real
encompassing
talk,
is a producer.
Well, we've realized it's not a 20 songs. It's seeming more like you have like an hour and a half between two people.
Gino, all you need is a good 14. A good 14.
Since the Locks one, I feel like they definitely. I think it was that one or the next one. They added like 5 more. They did 30 songs. Like, so it depends on the venue, I guess. Now, like,
because my thing is, if we're just sitting, Diddy could play songs back to back, the originals and the remixes, and just crush niggas. I mean, JD's hardest track is "Welcome to Atlanta" remix.
No, we're not. No, we're not doing.
But see, that's the thing.
We're not
that's
doing that.
What? You got Chris
where the party at? He got a lot of Usher. He was there for
Confession
Usher.
still is one of the greatest R&B albums.
Money Ain't a Thing with Jay-Z. Like, he got joints, man. Grills with Nelly.
Let me see real quick, man.
In My Bed, So Def remix. Like, what if he pull out Drew Hill out the back? What if he dig up Drew Hill? Come on now,
bro.
All right, shout out to Tidal, man. They got produced by Sean Puff Daddy Combs playlist.
Produced by.
Like, once again, produced. Like I said, this is not saying who made the beat. We're talking about all of that encompassing. Yeah, all about the Benjamins, man. Feel So Good, Hypnotize, You Bring Me Joy, Can't You See, like Honey. Oh my God, bro. What You Want, Big Papa, Be Happy, Who Shot You? Like, oh my God. Juicy, obviously. More Money, More Problems, Phenomenon. Oh my
fucking delivery, nigga.
Dog, Dead Wrong. Like, you used to love me. I'm going down.
Diddy will win. Diddy will win, but it won't be a wash like people think it'll be. It'll be
that's the only thing. Only crutch. I mean, not crutch. Only thing I say that he can really like chink and Puff armor is that JD can say, "Yo, I really like sat." Like, I don't know how to say, because like he had a good point where it's like, but Puff in like 2007 on is different from Puff how he was moving in the 90s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Where he probably was more hands on, maybe. You know what I'm saying? As to JD,
you can add press play
beginning to end. You know what I'm saying?
Press play, you could add that to that Puff, because he was hands on to that Dirty Money.
But that was his album. That was his album. You know what I'm saying?
What happens when this nigga Puffy takes JD to the Last Train to Paris? What we doing then?
Puffy
goes. That's a good point. But see, I think when you get to those later years, JD might be able to handle some of those records.
You think
so? With the Mariah album, Confessions. What else he did in those later years?
When did the Confessions come out? We talking
about came out 2004.
Oh, you talking about almost 20 years, bro? That's not Diddy.
Gino.
No. Press play came out 2007.
What this last verse is true
came out in when? 2012. Yeah.
Gino, wait. This last verses prove that theory to be false.
Right.
Ja Rule doesn't have any recent hits, and he still got Fat Joe out of here.
Yeah,
Fat Joe got more recent hits than Ja Rule.
Don't have recent hits, bro.
But more than Ja Rule. He got all the way up. That's still a more recent hit than Ja Rule's last hit.
Niggas didn't even know that was Fat Joe's song for a minute,
but it's still more recent than Ja Rule's last hit. So that argument of more recent shit.
Diddy had shit that was charting. Hello, Good Morning was like #1 in the nation.
All the Way Up wasn't charting?
Not like that. Nah.
All the Way Up wasn't charting?
Wait, actually, let's keep it tall with you. Jermaine Dupri got a record right now out with Arri Lytics. Him and Brian Michael Cox helping her cook up her next album. You know, it's things like that where it's like I can see what JD talking about where it's like, my nigga, I'm really in here in these streets, like really cooking, like for real. So it's like you might pop in on a session here and there. Like I see what Lo's talking about to an extent where JD's like, my nigga, like I'm really like still putting in like this face-to-face work with my artists. You know what I'm saying? I can see what he's saying it like that. But if we just going off songs, if he let him go with just joints like all of these records where, like I said, executive produce, whatever you want to say, it's gonna be a long night for JD, man. It's gonna be a long night.
It might not be a wash because I think JD can go. He could go song for song with Puff, but Puff can go into so many different bags.
If Puff Puff's playing all his songs that have all the massive megastar remixes on it, there's nothing JD can do to that.
Like what's JD's?
All JD can really do is hope for a good rebuttal. If he got a song right there, like say if he play like. If Puff play like a R&B record and JD say, fuck it, I'm about to go to a rap record and play Success with Hov and Nas, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, little thing, like, somebody be like, oh, type shit like that.
If
like,
Puff pulls out Flavor in Your Ear, because remember, it's performing now. He can bring out the people in the song and they can perform. If Flavor in Your Ear,
well, I mean,
out, like, I don't know.
Busta will come out. I think Busta Rhymes will come out for Diddy in the
heart. LL Cool J's verse is one of the best verses on that song. He will tear that roof off.
Damn, son. See, the thing is with like, my only thing with JD, and it's the reason why I feel like he might lose in the R&B department, is like, how many songs? Because like, Diddy can.
And he got he took money off of too.
I won't say that. I'm gonna take that back.
Huh?
Remember J5, them little boys? He robbed all their money.
Oh,
yeah.
J5.
No,
B5. Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that. Dandy Kane, Day 26, B5, Sherry Dennis. Like Puff got
all of them records. He goes all. I love you. I love you.
He got a good portion of it.
Hey, so don't break my.
And like he could bring out Jodeci. We've been clamoring for a Jodeci version.
I ain't gonna lie. Casey Loki on his Ye shit right now. He doesn't say R&B no more.
He on that Ye hard or soft?
Gospel, I guess.
I thought you meant. Oh wow! I thought you meant Ye.
Nah,
you meant the other Ye.
I mean, both Ye's do Ye, so we both
hit the drop. Hit the drop.
I'm hitting the drop of liquor, nigga. Shit.
I'm hitting this Corvo hitting, bro.
Yikes.
Jeez, bro.
I dead thought Gino. Didn't you think he's talking about the other kind of Ye?
No, I thought he was talking about Kanye. And then when you said Ye, I was like, oh, I mean, everyone knows Kanye does Ye. That's not even a surprise.
Is that an oxymoron? Ye and Ye?
I mean, he said it on Hell of a Life, damn near. Like,
nah, but everybody know Pop. Look, Fast Times of Pablo, whatever his name is.
The Fast Times of Pablo High?
The Life of Pablo. That's a cocaine. That's a cocaine bar.
What are we scoring this battle? I got it.
My thing is, bro, is like, all right. The meat and potatoes of JD's records, it's gonna be Usher. You got a great Monica, you got a fire Monica record with First Night that has to be played, in my opinion. Mariah, Escape, Jagged Edge. You know what I'm saying? I really don't.
He's gonna have to exalt that Bow Wow.
He has to be very, very selective of the Bow Wow records he chooses. Because with us just having the Bow Wow joint, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what records are you gonna use to have us turned up that we already didn't hear? We heard that. We heard that already. We heard. Oh, we think it was like me at the Bow Wow verses.
I think it was still hit though. It's just different because it'll hit because it's in Atlanta. Maybe
it depends if it is. That depends if it is.
That's where he wanted. He wanted at where the Falcons play. Apparently,
Puff said, if you battling me, we're gonna have to do this in Madison Square.
You know what? The reason why he wants
that's what Puff said though.
He needs to be in Atlanta. He needs to be in Atlanta.
He needs to be in Atlanta, but Puff damn near saying, if you want to challenge me, then you gonna have to challenge me in New York.
And because Puff knows at any moment he just play Biggie verse and the crowd gonna go crazy.
You play Mary, Biggie, any of that. You know what I'm saying? This got this nigga looking like a goddamn Uncle Sam poster, yo. I want you, nigga.
This nigga, I have to complain about these niggas' Wi-Fi. This nigga froze up, bro.
Nah, I was saying, Puff called out Dre for the Rose Bowl in Cali. Now, Snoop's still alive. Dre's like, I don't fuck with these niggas. They got to come find me on my platform if they want even a little smoke.
No, it's not even that. He just said Dre would want more full. He wasn't even saying that's what Dre said. He just saying knowing Dre, he would want more full control or more hands on.
Do they not get more control as it is? I mean, they get a share.
We're talking about like more like, hey man, let me bring my guys in on this shit type shit.
What's on the app?
Rock.
This already airs on Apple TV.
No,
you gotta think about it, bro. It'll be presented by Beats instead of Ciroc, and Puff will probably be like, wait, hold on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? It'll be shit like that, bro. Like, whereas like
rich niggas shit. Rich petty
they hit Dre up. Swizz said they hit Dre up before, and Dre had a bunch of Dre rules, and I guess they didn't come to a compromise. I guess
I'll be real, like that's the same reason why if you peep, nobody from Aftermath been on any of these battles.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Nobody from Aftermath
private, but if you really think about how they move, they're very like, if this is not our creation, we're not really going to do too much.
If this ain't Total Slaughter, we're not part of it.
Essentially,
that was an Aftermath creation. Right.
They could have went to smack any of these guys, but that's a fact. But back to, like I said, man, it's JD. He will have to try with the R&B records. That is going to be his best bet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get dark if he tries to go the hip hop route. He can only challenge him with R&B records, man. He can
do shit he produced. I mean, JD has a lot of hip hop records he produced.
He got a lot,
but they're not going to be in comparison to Puff.
They're not. That's what I'm saying. Like you comparing Fat Joe to Ja Rule, you're still complaining. Like Ja Rule has a shit ton of #1 hits. So those songs, when they get played, everyone's going to remember them.
JD don't got #1 hits.
Hold on.
It's not about the #1s. It's about how they. We just happen to have a nigga that had hella #1 hits. Sorry, Gino.
It's a bunch of #1 hits. So it seems like Fat Joe though is like, yo, I'm more currently relevant, and so my catalog seems deeper. Diddy's catalog is filled with #1 hits.
But all you need
that's why. And
it sounds right, but it sounds like that's good, right? JD has a lot of 20 hits. He has enough to say I got 20 hits.
Right. But will they be in comparison to his?
20 fucking classic.
The thing with Puffy shit is cultural phenomenons. Puffy has Juicy. This is cultural Benjamins.
But the hood gonna be in this bitch too, though, bro. So who can I run through plays?
Bro, talk. He could just play the Boys in the Hood. Niggas forgot Diddy got all of that. He got some of GC's hardest verses. He got some of Jody Prince's hardest verses.
Ghost, my boo. He could play my boo though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Like I'm talking about JD. Like it's certain play from that 90s era that's like.
And Diddy could play I Need a Girl. What you saying?
Like JD got some joints that's kind of lost.
He can play all the J5, them B5, them niggas he robbed next.
Nah, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna do that to you.
He got them. What's the other group?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. JD's best bet is R&B. You got Escape. You got Mariah. You got Drew Hill.
So let me ask you this. I think this is where this versus is going. Is this more So Def versus Bad Boy instead of JD versus Puff?
I don't think that'll be.
No, that's what in the sense of music. Yes,
because
that would be worse for JD.
Puffy didn't produce Juicy. He didn't produce.
Well, okay, no. Gino's right. Gino's right. If take that away. You just got to go because you got to mix in. Like I said, Mariah is not So Def. You know what I'm saying? You
gotta go with shit you produced. So you can't do.
He did. He produced that album.
He produced shit on the album. He's a lot.
Emancipation of Mimi.
What is Puff's connection to Juicy besides it being under his label?
He gave him the actual this is the sample you can use.
But who produced it?
He did. He's the one who produced the sample.
Puffy didn't produce Juicy.
Let's check this.
Puffy did not produce Juicy. Easy Mo B produced most of Ready to Die.
You're not saying Juicy though.
We need a drop of This Is Why We Don't Trust Lowe's.
Producer Jake Polk Oliver and Sean Puffy Combs.
Yep, with the original and based on the original version produced by Pete Rock. Loso, put this nigga on
by Pete Rock.
Oh no, the original version, but not the version that Diddy and them did. Producers: Polk, Sean Puffy Combs.
So
put this nigga on mute.
No, it just.
I'm giving it to Polk. I'm giving it to Trackmasters. Trackmasters.
Wait, bro,
you can't do that, bro. How you
giving it to Trackmasters? Put this nigga on mute. You gotta mute this nigga. He on mute for 2 minutes. This is the Loso time.
How you gonna read it and say nah? Like
Loso timeout. You gotta put Loso on the mute. Yo, look at his face.
I gotta go pee anyway, so go ahead.
Wi-Fi, freeze.
gotta go pee anyway, so mute me.
Nigga
Guys.
be like,
Hold on. Let me just throw this in there. Let me go pee real quick.
but nah, son, like,
But I think that
once again, I gotta reiterate, JD's best bet is R&B, man.
I think JD.
He's not gonna he's gonna have to R&B him to death and sprinkle a good. If he catches a slip, or like, oh, I can get a hip hop record there, then that's where you gotta attack. But he's gonna have to R&B him to death.
I think if they put certain songs,
He's gonna die.
I don't think JD and it sounds real fucked up. JD really don't have enough shit to go up against. Like, Diddy need to go against niggas like Khaled, niggas who are mega producers.
Khaled's gonna get destroyed. I don't even think JD would destroy. I think JD would destroy Khaled.
Nah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think Khaled.
Once again, just off the 5 people I said earlier, hell yeah. Usher, Mariah, Jagged Edge. Who else I say? Escape. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Khaled got some bangers.
He got some bangers, but in comparison to them, like timeless yesterday's hits are today's classics.
Go listen to that episode 99. Go listen to that.
Yo, Ja Rule did not lie, bro. Like in this versus settings, that shit means a lot.
Right, and I'm gonna be real. What you think? Khaled has.
If you play like We Taking Over, yo, that's gonna get played. That's right, word. But welcome to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Welcome to Atlanta.
And if he does the remix with Snoop and Puff,
you forgot. He got the Holla at Me. That shit was just
Well, you're talking about Khaled and JD.
Yeah, Khaled versus JD would be a better matchup than Khaled versus Diddy.
Khaled got a lot of posse cuts that could get a lot of reaction.
Yes.
Once again, 20.
He has more than 20. Way more than 20.
But not 20 that are just. He got like 20 good songs into great songs. I don't think he got 20 great songs.
I'm gonna be real. Let's keep it a buck. Khaled since 2010 has had he has an equivalent of at least.
I'll look up the playlist for you.
One song per summer.
I'll
look up the playlist for you.
Right.
But how many songs do you really remember?
Bro, if you go down the playlist, as you start singing songs, you can be like, oh shit.
No, I got you. I can give you some songs off the dome, but it's so many where he will give you the notion that they're song of the summer, and there is really not.
We Taking Over. That's getting played. Shining with Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yep. Yeah.
Do that.
Hold You Down with Chris Brown.
Yep.
That can get beat.
I Got the Keys with Future and Jay.
That can get beat.
All I Do Is Win.
Yep, that's going on the automatic. That's gonna be the ending one.
That's a goodie, but I feel it possibly can get beat because I feel like they kind of get beat already.
I'm on one. The niggas ain't fucking with that.
That's a win. That's a win.
Wild Thoughts with Rihanna.
Yeah.
You can get that one off. You can get that one off. You can get
Holy Key.
Holla at Me.
Holy Key. Holla at Me is another one.
Holla at Me is a good one, but it possibly can get beat though.
Brown Paper Bag.
I give you that.
I'm So Hood remix, not the original.
Only Wayne verse though.
Nah,
Luda, come on now, Luda cooked on that.
Nah, I'm capping. I love Luda verse. I love Luda verse. I love
Top
Wayne verse.
off another Jay and Future song.
Could get beat.
The two Drake songs, Grease and Popstar. Those are the recent ones.
That's probably Popstar can probably be good, but Grease can get beat. But like I said, it's so many.
Gino, Khaled don't got 20. He don't got looking at this list.
It don't really. Once again, he got some good songs, but it ain't great song. He got a lot, and he'll give you the notion.
When you compare Confessions to Wild Thoughts, Confessions is getting Wild Thoughts out of here.
All right. So I'm looking down the list now, and I feel like you skipped a bunch.
That's what it was given to me on the playlist. That's what it was given to me. Blame Apple.
Yeah, that's why he got a whole bunch, bro.
But what might resonate with you from Khaled might not resonate to the masses at a versus, is what I'm saying.
Let's see.
I'm just looking at this.
This nigga is a DJ.
He's a DJ that I haven't seen behind the turntable once. I'm not gonna hold you.
Nah,
old footage of him DJing, but never actually.
What, some shotters?
I'm not really seeing too much that's really like.
What's it looking like on
I
Tidal?
can really get. Like I'm looking at shout out to Side. I'm looking at his producer mix and his written by mix, and it's like it's mostly the songs that you said that would really have a chance.
Everything else is like side Bs.
Yeah, man. And there's songs I like, but it's just like, nah, bro, not
That
against
Joe
you.
kind of proved you can't win with B-sides.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, and it's like I'm looking at joints written on. It's like probably be like 5 words he said on this shit.
We the best, nigga. That's all he said.
Hey, you scared? Like that's it.
Yo, Khaled. I need to get a Khaled list.
I can't
his
do this
albums.
right now, man.
Ooh, he did the matrimony by Wale. I didn't know that.
Wale did that?
No,
Khaled, yeah, Khaled.
That shit.
That's a good song. That is a really good song.
Of course, your ass is looking at some Wale.
No, I'm going down the list.
The narrative continues.
He got Nipsey Hussle, Ocean Views, 100.
I'll definitely, if you ever check out his Essentials playlist. He has a really good, like Grammy Family. That was one. That was a great joint.
That's a point.
That was a great record. Go Hard. That's a great record.
He got the East Coast remix with Ferg, Busta, Rocky, Davies, French Montana, Rick Ross, Snoop Dogg.
I don't know, man. I think for Khaled to win a versus, especially in this setting,
he got a lot of records that he hyped up that really don't get a lot of play from me no more. Like,
he would have to bring out a lot of friends for him to win in this setting.
I mean, JD had to do the same thing too.
But that's what the producer type things in this setting should be like. Like other than how they were on the Instagram settings where you're just playing the records. I think if you're having them live, yeah, you should do that. Most definitely. What they're going to do there?
Staying with verses.
Play this.
Staying with verses. I got another versus question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Usher versus who?
Ooh, Usher needs to go against his doctor for that herpes outbreak. That's it. He's been out there spreading it left and right.
Where's the drop? Where's the Khalid Muhammad?
He came to New York and spread that with a fat chick. I'm not jocking that, bro.
With a sofa?
Yo, bro, that joint was crazy. The whole crazy joint. Him and R. Kelly both. He announced he had herpes.
Chloe. Chloe. Oh my God, Chloe Bailey.
Anyway, it came out that he had herpes. Like he had contracted herpes around the same time. He was recording the song, the same girl where this nigga.
Hey, whoa. We don't mention that nigga name.
This is a sick Negro.
I mean, if anybody, I know me, Sue, been chatting about it for some time. I mean, only one for me that I think would be a good show would be him and Justin Timberlake.
Usher and JT?
Nah,
that'd be the best show for me.
Mine would be Usher and Chris Brown.
I don't want Usher and not Usher. I don't want Justin Timberlake in Black Space.
Mine would be Usher and Chris Brown. Because I think Chris Brown is done. He might not get the W, but to see these two niggas go at it on stage, it would be crazy.
I think that's cool too. That's been an ever-long debate too.
The only debate that would be the only thing I would want to see is who's the better dancer, and even then,
I mean, yeah, we know who makes. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I already know Chris Brown.
Chris Brown don't make better music than
I was about to say, yeah. I
Usher
mean, you got Usher got niggas like Jermaine Dupri and Brian Michael Cox in his studio. Like, come on, like.
I will say though, Chris Brown has been compared dancing wise to Michael. Just saying.
Yeah, I can give a fuck about how you Achilles.
I think what it is, I think copying someone's moves doesn't give you. I don't think that's a fair comparison.
The MTV performance was Chef's Kiss, but
that's why when the comparison started because
you lifted someone's whole moveset. You're supposed to
get that level. You lifted his soul.
But if you're not lifting the creativity that comes with it, then I don't even give a fuck.
How about what's another R&B matchup y'all want to see? Fantasy, it might not happen, but
call with you, bro.
I already said it. I'll say it again. I want The Weeknd versus Bruno Mars. I think those two should just put together a mixtape together.
That's a yay. That's a yay versus.
Exactly. No, that's a cocaine powboy party. That's a cocaine powder room party. That's a yay versus. Like that's one of those verses where you know there's a coke dealer right now, like outside that door, just like, yo, I'm making all the money I need for the year tonight. Bruno Mars and The Weeknd is here. What the fuck is this? Who's this? MO771? Get the fuck out. Delete your comment.
Get the fuck out of here.
You bum ass Twitch bot. You fuck. Oh my. I hope somebody
out of here.
Like big follow. Yo, fuck anyone who even fucking follows that shit.
A versus I want to see still, even though they teased it, I still want to see Jodeci and Drew Hill. I still want to see it.
I think that would be good.
Drew Hill, I'm telling y'all,
I still want to see it.
winning that.
Especially in this setting, Arri, on stage.
Drew Hill
when stage start ringing out, come on, bruh.
Drew Hill can go the distance, man. I'm trying to tell you.
I think that might be the next one we got to do.
Speaking of going the distance, this is kind of off topic but related.
Going the
distance. R&B guys. You guys heard what happened with Whack 100?
Oh, so about the whole Karen Civil shit?
Yeah.
All
right.
I didn't know I was privy on that shit. All right, let's
talk. All over Twitter.
Whack 100 went on. He went on social media essentially. He was saying how
on Clubhouse.
Yeah, he was saying how he had Kanye, he had Kim Kardashian, West, and
Ray
J's part 2 of their sex scene. Now it's been speculated that there was a more deeper and more visceral video
raunchy
that never got released. Yeah, raunchier.
A lot more called raunchy.
A lot more Pinot flowing all over the vineyard.
With the ingredients, looking at the ingredients.
Nah, you can. I'm not reading the ingredients. I already know who the manufacturers are.
Who created this shit? Who made this good ass Pinot, dog?
So
who made this good ass Pinot, dog? Nigga.
Niggas looking at the goddamn P.O. box joint to give out good customer reviews and shit. Write me a damn letter.
Whack 100 pretty much was saying like, hey, Kanye, if you want the video, hit me up. I'll give I have access to it, and it's not online. No way anybody can get to it. I have it on the laptop that I have access to.
That nigga going
crazy. These niggas talking about this shit like the Menace to Society robbery video and shit, yo.
Essentially, Kim's lawyer hit him up and said like, hey.
See, that part I wasn't privy to.
We're gonna send you since you're saying you have this video. We're gonna send you a cease and desist, and if you give it to Kanye, we're now gonna sue you for pretty much peddling porn. You don't have consent. You don't have anything like this. And Whack came out saying like, "Yo, I don't even have this shit. That was just me talking. That was just me chatting." And this is that weird thing. So to begin, why are you hitting up the ex to tell her, tell him, like, yo, I have a video of your wife, your ex-wife.
It's Whack 100 being corny. You realize Whack 100 is Game's manager. So
and they low-key just tried to extort niggas, yo.
Game's corniness makes sense when you realize that Whack's his manager. It rubs off.
Right, and then the other thing is, like, yo, why would you not expect Kim Kardashian to take legal action against you?
Right.
Like, you already know she's one of the most sue-happy people in Hollywood.
Yeah.
She's very protective of just all the Kardashians are very protective of their name and image. Just like the Hiltons, just like the Richies.
So, that's telling. That's telling. That's
so also about telling. The Richies, yeah.
The Richies, not the Dickies, the Richies. Give me that pair of Dickies up there.
Nah, give me that gray and that navy blue and tan pair of Richies.
Hey yo, he said he want that Dickies up there, man. Don't say it too loud.
Richies, my brother.
It's like the nigga going to buy a pregnancy test and shit.
Bro, goodness, bro. Nah, I think.
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
But so it's just like weird. Like, what would you expect him to get out of this? Like,
clout.
That's not how you get clout. Like, there's no.
He does so many different things, bro. He does so many different dumb things to try to get more internet attention or get in these spaces with these celebrities and such like that to keep his name up. That it puts you in dumb spaces like.
Who that remind you of?
Jay Prince.
No, it reminds you of Game because Game is the same thing.
Now I was gonna say Jay Prince because that nigga stay trying to rob rappers and then trying to get their shit back.
But
And be
Jay
like,
Prince, the way they talk about Jay Prince, Gino, the way they let me rephrase that. The way they refuse to talk about Jay Prince is telling. That like wait a minute, that nigga he different around here. Whack 100 is supposed to be an OG, and look at how he acted.
I'll be real. No. That's because California and Texas are just two different environments. To keep it above.
I think Jay Prince
he did do shit back in the day. I'm not fronting on that. I'm not saying Jay Prince ain't put work in or anything like that. The problem that the thing about Jay Prince is like he's ran into the issues now where a lot of the new people don't understand his work and don't care about his work.
And he got to remind them.
No, and the thing is, what he does is that he still tries to use the old school tactics, and those shits don't work. Where it's like, oh, you in my city and you ain't tapped down on me. Even though you just had passing through, you're not doing the show.
Was it Jay Prince that was trying to get the nigga chain back for him?
Nah,
that was Jay Prince Jr. doing all of that.
Yeah, Jay Prince Sr. literally was getting it. Like you come into his town, if you're a famous rapper and you didn't hit him up, your car got stolen.
It wasn't even. It was Jay Prince Jr. that when was
allegedly.
No. This was on the internet. Like I know when 6ix9ine was going to the club and shit, it was Jay Prince Jr. that was pretty much like, "Yo, it was good." You're talking about okay? That's the instance I know that had one of the.
Did y'all hear about Curren Civil robbing Joyner Lucas and Cameron?
I ain't gonna lie, that's what I thought you were about to talk about.
That's what I thought too. I thought that was gonna be like connected.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't listen to Whack 100 too much, so I ain't know. I stopped listening after he really got on. To be honest with you.
So Curren,
I know about that. That was the next thing I was gonna go into. But go ahead. I'm prepared for this episode today.
What I've been saying all week, bro. I'm like, I can't wait to fucking vibe, bro.
It's a lot of shit, man. Joyner went on a crazy ass rant on Twitter, airing out Curren Civil, basically saying that
Steve Stouts. Was it Steve Stouts he aired out too?
From the snippet that I seen,
think it was Steve. I think he aired out Steve too.
Steve and Curren, because Steve by association, I believe. Jim.
No, he aired them out because Steve got he got 50 million, I think, from Apple.
Damn.
Or titles to spread amongst new artists, and he pretty much started suing. He started suing these guys for because he has that shit which is like
it was called what is it
a label in your pocket.
United Masters. It's pretty much like a distribution-esque type company. They build you up.
Cameron been warning us about Curren for years.
It's like a grandiose version of the old Diddy studios that Dame had back in the day. Just think of that with more money back behind it.
Oh, the currency shit?
Yeah, where they pretty much they help you, you know what I'm saying? I would say give you a lot of advice, groom you and such like that, and put you in places to get your music heard and such like that on streaming places, on streaming sites and such. But you said he was suing the artists or their labels?
So he was going after, like he was sending, so like you're an independent artist. He's literally sending all these independent artists to cease and desist. Hey, you can't use this. You can't use this. You can't use this. You can't use that. So he's pressing that. So then on return, he was like, yo, you sending me this and you saying you for the people for this? Like, the fuck is this? Right. And on top of that, he's like, yo, and he's like, I want anybody who's worked with you to pretty much come out and say that they've made money. And he started calling niggas out essentially.
So, and that's how it came out to Curren.
I think the first person when he was marketing United Masters, he was marketing it with NLE Choppa. And I mean, if you look at, you know what I'm saying, where his career, I mean, he's moving and grooving, he's, you know what I'm saying, he's staying afloat and such like that. So it's like you would say, like, okay, look what I did with him, whoop de whoop, one got him on my shoulder, whoop de whoop, all that such. And when you're hearing things like this from the other side, is like, that's kind of crazy. Like, that's really crazy. And it's not too far from Steve Stout. You know, Steve Stout is about, you know what I'm saying, about that dollar at the end of the day. He's always about that bread.
Nas put hands on Steve Stout back in the day for a reason. Mm-hmm. That's all I'll say. He put hands on Steve Stout back in the day for a reason.
You gotta remember, this dude is a master of advertising and marketing. You know what I'm saying? That's his MO. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna know how to, you know what I'm saying, build something and give you push something for you to be able to, you know what I'm saying, get into it. The nigga helped cultivate the fucking Reebok and, you know what I'm saying, Iverson and Jadakiss commercial.
That was him.
You know what I'm saying? So like he knows how to get your attention. You know what I'm saying?
Columbia. He was head at Columbia.
That's Doc Carter, whatever. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff, whoop de whoop. So I'm not surprised that he found some way to, you know what I'm saying, find a way with these, from him being a label guy from the past, and find a way to really get it in with these independent artists, but still find a way to fuck them over at the end. That's not really surprising. I mean, I still want to read more into that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm still new to that story right now. But I only heard the Curren Civil situation where he was pretty much saying that. I think where Joyner was pretty much saying like when he hired Curren Civil, he pretty much wanted the Nipsey Hussle, the Nipsey Hussle stimulus package that she gave him, and when he's pretty much got with her, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
interesting.
But that's where I first seen her. But
I seen her with Cam. That's how I first seen her.
Yeah. But long story short, pretty much that wasn't what he got. Pretty much got like radio mixes and pretty much like little minuscule stuff that regular rappers are getting. When he was trying to address her on it, she was pretty much saying like, "Yo, I don't know what you want from me. I'm doing what I can," type stuff.
You see, I could pull up.
Not really getting real communication between the two, and so for him to be chopping the money out that he did for her, and it's just, you know what I'm saying, we already heard the stories about, you know what I'm saying, from Cam in the past, so it's just like a lot of people are going back to that as using for that reference.
Meek Mill chimed in as well.
Go and read what it say.
Curren was my friend and turned on me for opportunity. Start having the blogs posting negative about me on some conspiracy shit. I forgive her, but I definitely don't want to deal with y'all industry people that move like that. You should admit what you did to me too.
Right. She's saying that she didn't do it. She's saying that that Joyner's actually being very I'll actually read exactly what her response to Joyner was in a second. I'll let this thing load up because it's very intriguing, right? Because Joyner is essentially saying that she robbed him, and which is very similar to what Meek and Cameron said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. What did you read? I ain't hear the last part. What Meek say?
He said Curren was my friend and turned on me for opportunity. Start having the blogs posting negative about me on some conspiracy shit. So what I'm thinking is he had her as a manager probably around the Drake beef. Because you know how
I remember seeing Meek and Curren, you know what I'm saying, with each other. I remember seeing that. This is around like 2016, 15.
Remember Curren is friends with Nicki, and Nicki was dating Meek around that time. So the connection does make sense. It does make sense.
And this is me putting my business degree to use here, right? And this is like I'm reading her statement, and her statement, it just doesn't sit right with me, right? So her response is Civil denied the allegations in the following statement to Baller Alert. It's easy for him to make broad statements when you aren't familiar with the back end of business, especially marketing. Subcontractors are paid, including Ravenel agency, PR, local reps, mix and radio shows, mix show and radio. All parties contracted out on his behalf to execute were paid from the overall budget allotted. When he expressed his unhappiness about not getting VIP access to a New York NBA 2K event because he arrived 2.5 hours prior to the time he was given.
Dang, he could have gotten a 2K?
Hold on. I want you to hear that, right? Him not being able to reach me the following day during a scheduled personal vacation caused him to be irate. Civil statement continued. His management called me to rectifying the situation after Joyner made his first tweets claims in which I responded, "We can happily move forward," after a public apology was made since he used that same platform to lie about funds being taken from him. I recorded the call just for future circumstances like this. Unfortunately, 6 years later, stop. Remember that number, 6 years later.
6 years later.
Unfortunately, 6 years later, he is now utilizing a separate disagreement moment to amplify and create a social momentum around himself. He and I both had separate conversations with Charlamagne this morning where he passed on his phone number so we can have a discussion directly. But instead, he took to social. Nothing was stolen or taken from Joyner Lucas. Unfortunately, certain artists are under the impression that they have 24/7 access to you. This is not feasible or possible. all work done on his behalf were fulfilled. Subcontractor invoices were made and sent to management Sean McDonald of Dead Silence CEO, which my team also kept records of for.
It sounds like damage control. It sounds like damage control.
Back and questioned exactly Civil and her team. What exactly Civil and her team executed for them. So this is what I'm saying. This is very unusual.
But see, so no, go. My bad. Sorry.
So the first thing, right? It's the timing of all these things that she's saying all happen back to back, right? Which is him not showing up to an event. This is like plus 6 years, right? So he's not showing up to an event. She remembers that he's 2.5 hours late, and he's not being able to reach you because you're on personal vacation time. Why doesn't? But my thing is, how long were you on vacation?
Also, if you're on vacation, don't you have an assistant or a rep that can be there for you when you're not around, baby?
Yes and no, but when you're dealing with like a direct, like when we get big enough, when we get our YouTube rep, you're gonna understand this a little bit better.
But Gino, if you're representing an artist, right, and you're their manager and you're on vacation, there should be a fill-in for you while you're gone.
Right, but I'm gonna be real. When you have a problem and you're getting told by someone who's not really your guy, I'm gonna take care of it. It's like, all right, and he's like, all right, yeah, I couldn't do anything. Yo, you motherfucker, did you call such and such?
That's not your guy, though.
No, I didn't. Right, but that's not your guy versus this is your guy. You feel me? So my thing is, even with what she said, him not being able to reach me the following day during a scheduled personal vacation caused him to be irate. That doesn't line up.
It doesn't line up with who Joyner is, or it doesn't line up with the event.
It doesn't line up with business management, like the business side of things.
Is he not supposed to reach her?
No, he's supposed to be able to reach her. And one of the things is like when you're in entertainment, you recognize you don't have a certain level of privacy.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. So I was watching this movie Traffic last night. It just fuck the story, but the sports agent on the phone all day. Nigga said, I'm ready to Ali the spot right now. If you know what I'm saying, if it has to be that for this situation, you know what I'm saying? So we've seen that like sports agents take their clientele, or just agents in general, man, they take their clientele seriously. Now, where it looks like in this sense is look like, okay, I've got the success, I got the name, and I've got the clout to be able to move and groove how I want and get more access, have more people coming to me than me looking for them, where I could be able to move how I want to move. And it's looking like we're Joyner, where he says like, yo, I literally put my chips in to literally help you guide me through this shit in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not seeing the thing, like, was Nipsey having to go through this shit?
I don't think so.
It's pretty much what he's probably say, like,
So.
you know what I'm saying? Is this in a Nipsey package? Because I don't see this where it says vacation time, because I've seen you with that nigga every day. You know what I'm saying?
Like, maybe how she sees him? Could it? Because also perception, maybe she saw, and got arrested dead. How she saw Nipsey maybe could be different than how she sees Joyner now. Maybe she saw more success in Nipsey than Joyner.
I'm not saying she used Nipsey as a come up, but that's where she's building her blocks as a manager in the game with this artist. So she's gonna go super hard. Like if you even remember, like, not saying this is in a comparison, but when I used to watch Love and Hip Hop, when I see how hard Yandy used to go for Jim Jones, bro, she used to go dumb hard, bro, like to try to, you know what I'm saying? But just saying, this is how you gotta do when you got a person like when she was with Cam, I bet she put in as much work as she thought she was doing. You know what I'm saying? And like when you would get these opportunities with an artist like this, you gotta be with them all time, all day to really
be more accessible.
Yeah, so once you move on or whatever, you want to be able to be like, yo, hey, when she was with him, he was moving. You know what I'm saying? And that's what artists are going to think when they see that. So if this is your budget and I'm going to pay you that to get, like, come on, like, you know what I'm saying? Give me the vision of what you selling. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me the half-ass shit. It's like when you, like, you know how motherfuckers always have like cheap prices or whatever when they first open up and shit. Now as business grows and all that shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? now shit more is expensive and shit. Now, like, I never thought a motherfucking, you know what I'm saying,
she can only
a
get
double
him so
cheeseburger
far.
at McDonald's would have been more than $1 ever. You heard me?
She
Like,
can only get him so far, Arri. Like she got. I mean, I feel like
I remember
Nipsey,
Joyner was this was him coming into the game. This ain't Joyner.
she's not gonna
For
hold his
years.
hand the whole time, though, my nigga.
That's the thing he was saying. That's what he was saying. Like, yo, you had Nipsey, your arm over Nipsey like this. You know what I'm saying?
Nipsey did a lot of that.
I'm paying for that type of, you know what I'm saying, attention and work to help me.
Bro.
Then
I'm not
what am
shooing
I
her
paying
bail.
for?
I'm not shooing her bail because I mean, if this is true, then she deserves to get the backlash. But as a manager, I'm not gonna hold your hand in the booth. I'm not gonna hold your hand creating. I'm a manager.
He didn't say nothing about those songs, bro. He didn't say help with songs, bro. When you talk about that, bro, that's like TV placements.
But it's like
commercials. You know what I'm saying? Advertising, your billboard. It's so much more than just like songs.
But he's linking it. The way he's linking it, it looks like where he's at in his career, he's blaming her for it.
That's not what he said, bro. That's not what he said at all.
That's not what it should
That's
be.
not what he said at all.
No.
He said, I had investors investing into me with money that we put up, you know what I'm saying, to put, like, give to you, to give, you know what I'm saying, once again, I want to keep reiterating it because we know when she was with Nipsey, she was like, yo, you seen her with Nipsey everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he want. Like, if that's what, you know what I'm saying, you did for him, do that for me. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think she's not doing that for him? Why do you think? And I'm not saying that's y'all not in her head, but like, why do y'all think that's the case?
What it is, and it sucks to say it. Don't trust white people.
Curren is black.
Oh, she's a black girl, dude.
Yeah, you thought she was white.
Oh, you thought Curren Civil was? See, that's the. You see why I told you she had to change the name? See why I said she had to change the name?
That's not a white woman.
Curren Civil is black.
What?
Black and a beautiful black woman.
Yeah, she bad. She got a podcast on the Joe Budden network. She got a podcast and everything.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, man.
Yo, the shock in Gino's face when we said she was black. We need to clip that. I'm gonna clip that part.
Yo, man.
Wow. That's crazy. That makes this even worse.
It does.
Like you.
So now, Gino.
That's what I say. That's why a lot of people are going back because Cam kept it tall. He didn't give a fuck about none of that. You know, Cam gonna always keep it funky. If you do me wrong, I'm gonna put you on blast.
We nobody was talk about Cam later.
They thought Cam was just a salty nigga being salty at black women, and it was not that at all. And it's usually always like people always got to come back around and say sorry to Cam a lot for real.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So this was another notch on the belt. There was another, there was another notch on the belt. He probably didn't even bat an eye to this.
What do you think about Cam? You seen the video of Cam on IG talking about he's talking about somebody he said, yo, I'm gonna expose you if I hear you on these interviews again speaking ill of my name.
But I don't know who
talking about Hell Row.
Oh, I haven't been watching Hell Row interviews. Was he on?
Wait, who was interviewing Hell Row after he got knocked out like 3 days?
Had him and JR. Who was it?
Him, JR, and 40 Cal were on the No Jumper with Adam 22. And that might be, however, JR shared a picture of him texting Cam on his story saying, am I good?
Hey, yo, what if Cam texted him like how Hov text Flex? Hey, yo, this Cam. Like,
hey, yo, this Cam. Also, Vado,
all caps.
Vado
hey, yo, this Cam.
Because Vado was on Math Hoffa show and they aired a clip out saying, I guess Math released a clip of Vado talking about how Cam, when you're under Cam, he don't want you working with nobody. People thought that Cam was directing that energy at Vado. Vado was like, nah, it ain't at me. I speak nothing but great about Cam.
Yeah, I was gonna say Vado and Cam.
That was hell yeah. Tell about it.
The thing that pissed me off is like everyone knew Vado was like the pale version of Jewels. That you
he had it all.
Okay, I thought it was. I always felt Vado was like Cam's like not like directly, but he was like, okay, let me kind of like indirectly try another Jewels project out.
He had it all. Vado had
maybe not as young, but
he didn't have was bars. He didn't have bars of that.
You didn't think Vado had bars?
Nah, he had the city behind it. Like,
Nah,
remember, 2 Wells was
chill.
bro.
Nah, I think I'll say with Votto, it was a lot of sweat. It was the cadence.
One of my favorite shit. The real talk, the real problem with Votto is you put Votto on the track when any other person and Votto just underperform. You give him by himself, he fire.
Yeah, Votto
someone else
like slime flu, Votto,
fire.
Chef's kiss. Boss of all bosses, Votto, he was cooking Cam.
Fire. Boss of all bosses 2 and up.
You don't like the first one?
No, I'm saying boss of all bosses 2 and up. Votto's quality went down.
2.5.
2.5, yeah. 2.5 definitely. His quality went down and Cam went up. Because that 2.5 had fucking freestyle.
Yep.
That's when nigga wowed out. You know me, fucking freestyle.
Son, I wish
freestyle network. I wish I could quick to hit read that. I'm like, oh shit. Go ahead, Cam. Go ahead. Look and see. Frozen like Uncle
Sam. You, nigga.
That gotta be the clip. That's this nigga Loso.
I want you, nigga.
Loso got caught in the fucking Speed Force.
But nah, let me see real quick, man. Let's see if we got anything on the drag before we
NFL real quick, man. Ravens came back and beat the Chiefs.
They did. My shit went off.
35.
That's what's up, yo.
35.
That's what's up. I gotta watch the ending highlights of that, man. But shout out to them.
Jackson.
Shout out to the Titans, Jared. There you go. Shout out to the Titans. Y'all won. Derrick Henry looked good. There you go.
Yes. Enjoy people attempting to give each other concussions because
we love this. We love that shit.
Yeah, we're not ready enough to do UFC or boxing.
Fuck the Titans, nigga. FTT.
Bro,
fuck you talking about, nigga?
God, nigga.
Fucking energy.
Talking about. I know y'all won, but I'm not excited still. I don't care.
Same fucking energy.
Y'all had to come back from behind. Pause. Like, nah.
Fuck Prometheus.
Shout out to my Patriots making sure the NFL is all at a normalcy by whooping the Jets' ass like it's always been for years. You know what I'm saying? Nothing new. Just making sure the NFL timeline continues straight, no variance.
Loss is still a good day in sports.
You feel me? Like
you know what
very off the timeline. You feel me? Nothing very off the timeline. Kang, you can rest easy, my brother. You can rest easy. Nothing, you know what I'm saying? Everything is all right, my brother. Everything
just end the fucking season, nigga.
Rest easy, God.
Bro.
Rest easy. But
fuck my Eagles for losing at home. We lost to the fucking Niners at home. Fuck them, nigga. We scored 11 points.
Baby Brady came through and whooped that ass.
Baby Brady?
Baby Brady came through and whooped that ass.
Who's Baby Brady?
Baby Brady.
Oh, we gotta hold on. Speaking of Brady, we gotta give that nigga his flowers.
No, you gotta get that nigga his flowers.
I've been giving him his flowers all year. He's a starter on my fantasy team.
What you talking about?
Him and Lamar are starting on my fantasy team. They both scored 50 points apiece this week.
Look at this fucking mark.
Brady is the fucking GOAT. Put some respect on that nigga name. He the greatest. Fuck Joe Montana. Fuck Dan Marino. Fuck Peyton Manning. It's Brady or nothing, nigga.
Nah, it's Eli Manning over Brady, but you know.
Nick Foles by that logic.
I would never even light a cigarette in my hand, but I'll burn that nigga Eli in his forehead.
Everybody hate Eli, but those two rings are so because they got
David Tyree cool.
9-7 is all you need to win a chip. The Giants go 9-7. We a dangerous motherfucker.
Yo, when the last time the Giants won a playoff game after that boat trip?
Dickheads was blocking their own players during games. Fuck the Giants.
I haven't watched football in years. Don't worry. But all I just know
who teams Zip Boys this week.
Oh yeah, Sue, get your shit off, man. Y'all look good this week.
Mafia.
I give y'all that, but that was still a little nasty game, though.
That's your secret team anyway.
It was. No, I mean, I watch him. I fuck with him, but it's not. I mean, my team is Patriots. But
Patriots.
Nah, say Tom Brady still owns Atlanta, so that's just once again the timeline of the NFL. Still going consistent. Nothing veering off. No breaks in the timeline. Tom Brady still owns Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? The Patriots still run New York. It's everything continues.
The Eagles still losing.
Yes, you feel me? It's beautiful. I love it. You know what I'm saying? The Titans still pussies. I love it. You know what I'm saying? The Giants still just the most overrated, dumb organization that they've always been. That's why when Bill Belichick,
you got two rings. You got two rings. I don't know if you're that stupid.
Overrated. One man defines their 20th century in a fucking two lucky pass.
How many championships the Bills have gotten in the?
You know the Giants are known for
about that shit.
How many have they gotten in the 21st century?
The Giants would have been known for.
You got something on your nose.
Oh man.
Too. No, you got to answer that question.
The Giants would have been known for a Super Bowl if not for Plaxico Burress shooting himself, cheddar bobbing himself. Now they're known for that.
Them niggas are only defined by one man, Lawrence Taylor. That's the 80s, and the second generation is defined by two lucky passes.
He a nasty nigga too.
Fuck the Giants.
No, I'm talking about Lawrence Taylor. He had missed a nasty man himself.
Oh, LT,
right. Right.
So
the Giants. What my man? What is
Jack Boy?
Fuck the Giants. Fuck the Jets. Fuck the Mets. You were going crazy, bro. But nah, son, you already know what it is. But like I said, it was fuck all of that shit, man. But no, I ain't gonna lie though. The Bills did have a good game, but it was a sloppy game. Even though they zipped them, it was some sloppy parts in it. Even like the commentator was saying, like, it's some things they gotta they gotta clean up again if they're gonna want to be like Super Bowl contenders this year. You guys remember they got a lot of eyes on them this season, so they're gonna be nitpicking a lot of things that if you're gonna put them up against the Chiefs,
they gave that nigga a lot of money.
Such of the leagues, you know what I'm saying? Like this win was cool, but niggas be like, it was the Dolphins. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Keep the timeline going right. The Bills.
They paid Josh Allen a lot of money too.
Right, but I said and it's not that Josh Allen was really. It was like some passes were overthrown. He had an okay game, and the thing is, like when you're looking niggas calling you top 3 in the league, you can't have okay games.
He had a Josh Allen game.
But that's not what it's supposed to be. That's what I'm saying. It's not supposed to be like that. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be.
I mean, let's be real.
You know who didn't throw no interceptions and also no touchdowns?
Sue, before last year, Sue, did you have faith in Josh Allen like you do now? So going into last year,
most people have faith in him until.
So I'm like,
I think most people have faith in him until Stephon Diggs.
But to have faith in that person.
Remove Stephon Diggs.
I said JP Lawson was a piece of trash and he'll never do anything.
You got faith in him without if Stephon Diggs, God forbid, if he gets injured.
I think once Stephon Diggs came here, a lot of people had a lot more faith in the offense.
Because Cole Beasley wasn't gonna do shit for y'all.
He had like a 99 catch rate, but I'm saying like
it's not that. But I'm saying that's what they knew that they needed. They needed they needed Stephon Diggs helped. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen get over that bridge.
Stephon Diggs helped that team more than y'all think. He boosted the swagger. He boosted all of that.
The catch he had in the game today, yo. The nigga turned around. Caught the shit right over the name. When he came down, just looked at him. They was both on the ring, just looked at him like, yeah, you know I just got you.
Nigga.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that type of shit that he brings to, and I like that shit, though. But long story short, it was a cool day in football, though. You know what I'm saying?
You want to get these predictions out the way? Close it out?
Yeah. Yeah, we can get the fuck
we don't have to. We don't have to.
I'm trying to think. Was there anything else? I feel like it was like, Save that. Wait, did anybody see that movie?
Westside Gunn. I meant to see it last night, but I watched. I need
you to please watch that so we could talk about that on the next podcast.
Wait, what? I didn't hear you.
It's a B+ movie. Don't mind. It's a fucking hilarious ass
movie. What movie?
It's called Curren. It's supposed to be like a horror film.
Oh no! I'm not watching that.
It's a B+,
bro. That shit is hilariously corny, bro. Please watch that shit, my nigga. You go see the most corniest shit, but it's so fucking funny.
Let me guess, it got a lot of those old
I'll just give you a snapshot.
Old Vine comedians on it.
Only comedian that got in there, I think, is Desi Banks. That's the only one. But
every time I hear Desi Banks, I immediately think of Aziz Ansari.
I think of Desi Hines from Pro Era.
Nah, I always think of Aziz Ansari because the only other Desi I know is a little Indian dude who looks just like Aziz Ansari. You don't sound like him.
Nobody sounds like
long story short, though, it got Tamara Mowry husband. I forgot what I don't know his name is. I was always
Corey Hardrick.
Yeah, him. I don't know who the actress is in there. I don't know who his girl.
Who played a white lady? Who played a white lady?
It's Shorty from the white girl from Hustle and Flow.
Oh, the slut. Damn, what's the sex worker? The sex worker.
Yo, bro.
The sex worker. So Westside announced the featurings for Hitler Wear Her May 8.
The B-side.
The B-side. Yo, Side B. Yeah, Side B.
And making us wait another fucking week.
Gino, you waiting for this here. He got Jay Electronica, 2 Chainz, Tyler.
I think that was the verse we were waiting on, actually.
Jay Electronica?
He put that top of the list.
I don't give a fuck about Jay Electronica.
He got your mans on there. He got Larry June.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I've seen him in the studio, so I was like, I've been waiting for that collab. I thought that was a perfect sound. And please give me that on Harry Fraud beats. Please give me that on Harry Fraud.
I see Keisha Plum and Tiana D. And you know, for OG fans, whenever Keisha Plum is on a track with Westside, you know it's magic. You know you're gonna get that fire spoken word at the end. Can't wait for that. I see Stove God, I see Benny, I see Conway, usual suspects. I don't see Boldy.
I mean, he had him on the first half.
That's true. He had him all over the first half. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Production wise, we got usual suspects, Danny LaFleur, Camel Monk, Conductor, but Madlib is just casually in the middle. Just chilling.
I'm telling you, we're gonna get Gun Lib one way or motherfucking another, bro. But Westside said before he get up out of here, he's more likely gonna give us Gun Lib, and yeah, I need that for sure.
Nick Craven, that Nick Craven beat is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if y'all really, but I like listening to beat, you know what I'm saying, beat tapes by producers and shit like that. And Nick Craven be having some good joints, yo. I'm gonna hold you. Like I really like his production. Yeah, I really like his production, man. But no, it's some really good joints. And like watching this interview with I-95 bars, you know what I'm saying, bars I-95. He was saying like this is the side. Like this is that one. This is the side I've been really putting all my work into.
I see Derringer. That's good news.
I mean, come on, you know that's.
He wasn't on side A.
I mean, okay.
He wasn't on side A, man. Come on now.
Did I post the Oh, here we go. So yeah, we got for feature. We got Jay Elect, 2 Chainz, Tyler the Creator, Stove God, Benny Conway, Armani Caesar, Chase Fetty, Keisha Plum, Heem, Larry June, Flea Lord, TF, Rome Street. I'm surprised about that Flea Lord joint. Well, I think
who's TF? Do y'all know?
I'm not sure. I think was it me and you here when we was talking with my cousins about that mild friction that feels between Westside and Flea Lord, or was that me and you, Los?
That was me and you.
That was me and you. So yeah, I'm kind of glad to see that it's on there. So kind of takes down those little, you know what I'm saying, rumors.
He works with everybody else. He works with Benny. He works with Conway. I've never seen him work with Westside.
He got Rome Streets on his side also. So I mean, he got the AZ feature.
That's the 50-50 broken.
That's a dream. That's a dream feature right there. Oh, just, you know what I'm saying, delivery alone. Oh my God, that might get so many replays, bro. Mac Hami, Jay Worthy, Billy Esco, Town Shit, A Rashidi, and Julia Lang makes a return.
I have a wish. I hope. I mean, I don't know.
You think it's gonna be that Julia Lang record? Maybe the Julia Lang record he has on there.
I hope that the AZ Westside record. I don't know if he'll do this, but if it samples Mo Money, Mo Murder, Mo Homicide,
don't do that.
I would not be mad at that.
No. Fab Bottle Banks. They already got that.
I would not be mad at that though.
Like I wish they would do if they could remix Sugar Free, bro.
Oh, with Tiana D singing the chorus.
But looking at the production side, man, I'm happy that he brought Jay Versace into the fold. Coming off what he did with Boldy, that's really dope to see. DJ Green Lantern's back in here. We got some new faces. We haven't seen Sovereign, Sadu Gold, King Jive.
Sovereign is a young lady, I think out of, I want to say Jersey. I think he just met her on the Humble. She sent him some beats and he picked one of them.
Yeah, I like how he just like, you know what I'm saying? That's how he say he pretty much linked with Danger. He said, yo, the nigga just sent me one trip was cool. And when he said, yo, and he sent me the pack and it was like, oh nah, just gonna be the album.
That's Hitler 1.
Yeah, if it's fire, he gonna fuck with it. So I definitely like that. It's not no selective nigga shit.
J.R. Swift sounds familiar. I've seen his name.
I've heard him. I think they've had him on. I think J.R. Swift was on Fear of God, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So his work is verified.
Yeah, so but I definitely like, ooh, I can't wait to hear that Mad Lib record, man. Cause Gun Lib is my joint, bro.
Thursday night.
Dun, 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 dun. That's my shit, bro. You know Mad Lib is top tier, man, for me. God tier for me, bro. Yeah, Mad Lib is up there for me, bro.
I'm not mad at that. Mad Lib is nice.
Like if you just saw if niggas really just did like a produce like a beat maker battle, yeah, that's one of the niggas I'm calling on.
Shout out to Westside, second billboard on Times Square.
Yeah, back to back, that's fire.
Talk that King of New York shit.
But man, we can talk some wrestling next show. I think that Plane Ride from Hell is enough wrestling I want to talk for today.
Niggas went in.
It was some sick Negroes back in the day. I see why the industry changed today, man. Like them niggas, like I said that before, man. A lot of them niggas seen that shit from the past and like, nah, I'm good on that. Like, but yeah, man, let's get to the waves though, man.
Wavington.
All right, I got my wave ready. And wait.
Is it Huawei?
Nah.
The Huawei jokes. Well,
it's called Eddie John's More Spell on You.
More Spell on You.
That title sounds familiar. So I gotta hear the hook. So
I put a spell on you, like Hocus Pocus.
No, More Spell on You.
I'm gonna keep mine in that realm. Well, in somewhere in that realm. I'm gonna take it to the 80s though. This is little slow, but you know, this is if y'all know some real hip hop shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably heard this sample before. And when y'all hear it, let me know in the private chat if y'all know it. Go ahead.
Did you get the bar? Okay, all right, go ahead.
Let me get this shit fixed. Oh my God.
You know, every wave, I always try to make it tie into everything we talked about.
More spelling.
This joint is Oh Honey by Delegation.
Brother, I'm high and I'm drunk.
You took that from
You already know how them old school songs go. You know they got the breakdown, and then you got the one part of the album where it's flipped. They got the extra, you know what I'm saying, extended version.
I had to cut off Eddie
Yo, that's what I did with my
another 2 minutes of a breakdown.
I did that with the Frankie Beverly joint, son. Like, but man, I love them old school records for that though. Like, gotta give you a little bit of the beat break, man.
That's who was that? I forgot his name. I think it's Junior Reed. Mama used to say, "Take your time, young man."
Yo, used to say,
I got my
2 minutes in the middle of that shit.
yo,
I got mine queued up already.
this your wave, nigga. I'm singing your wave.
You don't like those music.
You gonna sing a lot. You gonna sing a lot.
The video is even better too, but
that song was in 2K15. And Mama used to say, "Make your time, this is, I mean, you know, I gotta bring it back to ignorance. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring it back to that.
And butter.
Basically. No, this is more like weed and guns.
This is off the camera.
Weed and guns. Off that Freddie, off that Alchemist mixtape with Currency and Freddie Gibbs, man. That Freddie. This is Saturday Night Special. Nigga, this tape is a classic. I don't care.
See, that's how you know shit don't be a class when a nigga say I don't care after.
This tape, nah. Whenever Currency, Gibbs, and Alchemist are together, like Scottie Pippen is another one, like that. It's magic, brother. It's magic.
You got it, Chief.
You got it, Chief. You got it, Chief. Fuck you, Akuma.
What did you just call me?
Akuma, because you got the Akuma.
Oh, I thought you called me Raekwon. Like, what the fuck?
Fuck you, Raekwon.
I'm still trying to get my Raekwon impersonation together.
Nah, it's divine. You gotta get your divine impersonation.
That shit good money. I love that. I love how that nigga Raekwon be talking. He sounds stupid.
Next episode, we'll be doing the Woo recap for episode 5. Is it episode 5?
I believe.
My wave of the week is gonna be "You Ain't Even Know It" by Rick Ross. No,
Hey,
that was a little joke. Sorry, that's insensitive.
Really,
I want to hear that line.
It's literally gonna be along those lines, but maybe worse. "Wonderful" by Ja Rule featuring
nigga who thought Fat Joe won.
Yes, play that shit.
Oh, tech record difficulties.
Oh.
Damn, nigga, you really just backing that Fat Joe take out. Crazy.
He's backing it out.
Yo, son. Nigga say, yo. I just came back in camera just to do this.
This is a sick Negro.
And on that note, y'all know where to follow us. Man.
I was bobbing my head to it and all that.
This is a sick Negro.
So you didn't enjoy it?
This is a sick Negro.
Y'all bobbing your head. I see.
He was going like
This is a sick Negro.
He was going like this.
Y'all niggas is horrible, man. Nah, son, man. I'm out of here, man. Y'all niggas struck down by the goddamn